Welcome, everybody, to the Journeymen Lounge podcast.
You better be praying to God because, you're 14 and losses in a row. You're going to need Jesus.
Am I wrong?
I thought you were pretty wrong, yeah.
So, welcome to the Journeymen Lounge podcast. I am one of your gracious hosts, Sir Wojan Stein. I'm going to just run it down the ladder here. We got obviously a special guest that hopefully will become a recurring, but who's this guy to my right?
We got Ryan.
And then who's the mainstay?
I'm Josh.
There's Josh, the new one.
And Bobby on the end to anchor it.
And then Bobby's on the end anchored. I like that. So we got Josh on. He is obviously regaled with Boston gear. So we're going to get into baseball in a second here. But as the real diehards know out here, Bobby just came back from a golfing trip. And,
Hell yeah.
you know, Ryan actually knew one of the courses.
I recommended one of them, and he went to it. I'm excited to hear.
Like I said.
So, give us a break there. Just a couple minutes.
Just a couple minutes. So, a group of my buddies not here on the podcast. They're all avid golfers. They're good enough golfers. We got Tim, AJ, and Chris. Chris, love Chris, but he's still working on it. He's newer to golf.
AJ will be on the podcast soon.
Yeah,
right?
soon enough. But we go out there. We play Los Robles, Tierra Rajada, Simi Hills, and Rustic Canyon. So we were out there playing all these fun courses. But what I got out of it was in Illinois, you have pretty much kind of that Scottish feel where it's just straight, plains and meadows, or you're in the
trees,
forest. Yeah. So we're out there up in the mountainous areas, hitting from different elevations. The elevation across the course was just incredible.
It's amazing.
And just the views itself, we have corn and soy for about 1,000 miles in any direction in fucking Illinois. So this was a great opportunity to kind of go out there, different feel. I feel everyone over there owns a Porsche. I know I'm below the poverty line when I hang out with some of these people. And cool thing was Chris was able to go to a private screening of Loki second season. He met Tom Middleton, Owen Wilson.
Hiddleston?
Yeah. So he met him because AJ's brother-in-law is part of the Screen Actors Guild and, successful in different types of production filming. Yeah, his name's Eric. Cool dude.
So golf overall was good, though. You were kind of telling me before the pod.
I was playing well enough, man. There's, obviously you could do better, but I'm trying to work on my drive. I have a standard 60-yard slice, but I'm trying to work that to more of a straight shot. So one day at a time.
I got you. But overall, it was a good trip?
It was a great trip. Good food, good people, fun bars, a different scene down there. There's a different feel. Yeah,
I love California.
Yeah, that was suggested. Tierra Rajada by...
Dude, it was only I don't know how much it cost. It cost us $50 for a run.
Only cost us, I think, 70 or 80.
Nothing. And
that course, with a cart.
That course here would be a $300 course or some shit. It's insane.
Yeah, I guess a lot of things are expensive, but golf, you're right. The green fees were not as bad.
And it's nicer, way nicer.
Way nicer.
Yeah, we were shooting 74 degrees. That was great.
It's like he said, too. It's so scenic. Here is plain and not trees and grass. But there you're hitting into mountains, over mountains, through mountains. It's crazy.
It wasn't all that windy, which made it a little bit easier for us to kind of navigate the 18 holes.
Yeah, so Josh, I'll have you kind of bring us in here because you're a fucking great golfer. I'm just going to say it. We've golfed with you.
Fucking hate it, but the guy knows how to play.
Round. Did we do 2 rounds at that place or just one?
No, he smoked us for 2 rounds, yeah.
2 rounds.
Yeah.
So, Josh, tell us a little bit about what's your background with the golf, I guess. When'd you pick it up?
I don't know, probably when I was about 9. My dad gave me a golf club. I was younger than that.
There it is.
Grew up next to a golf.
Yeah, keep hugging that mic though.
We used to go to the range. He used to give me a bucket of balls. We used to hit, and I learned pretty much everything.
Oh shit!
My friends and my coaches.
Okay, sorry. Technical difficulty. That was my bad. It's all good.
Okay.
Are we back on?
No, you're good. You're good. Your microphone was turned off for a second. My bad.
Game on.
No, you're good.
All right, Josh is back.
No, this is the same guy. He can smoke 3 wood, about 270 on a line, and have
270
that roll out at least.
It's not that bad.
Oh my god.
Or him around the green, so that makes him more dangerous.
That's
he's got a hammer and a scalpel in his bag, and I barely have a freaking foam noodle for a driver.
I grew up. I played on the golf team in high school. I moved to my dad's house. I had divorced parents, so I moved to my dad's house when I was in high school. So I went there. He asked me what fall sport I wanted to play. I didn't really want to play football because I played baseball. I didn't want to get hurt for baseball because I love it so much.
You're a big
smart.
He's a good baseball
I was
player
like,
too.
I'm gonna play golf because I know how to swing and I've been hitting balls.
Natural.
I'm not like bad at it. Like I was never bad. Like my first 18 was probably like 92.
I mean, that's
still
great.
good.
As a freshman, so
Great
that's not
first
bad.
18.
Like first 18 ever, like in a competition, 92. So like, not
Does
bad.
anybody remember what they shot? Like, I'll tell you what I shot on 9 holes.
Yeah, I know, right?
Green.
My first
record the opposite direction.
Yeah, no, and then it got better from there because I took practice serious, and the thing is, like Bobby said, short games get you the strokes.
Yeah, that's what John Daly said.
You gotta sit
100%.
around that putting green and the
It's-
chipping green.
it's
man.
those
If you don't do
in-between
that,
shots.
Then you ain't gonna be successful.
Yeah,
at
what
golf.
140 and in. If you know how to work that, you're gonna be in good shape.
Yeah, the driver really. I mean, it's simple. Just 80%.
Yeah.
You're not trying to kill it. You're
You're
trying
right.
to
Let the club do
trying
its
to let
thing.
the club do its thing. You're still gonna hit straight. Who cares if it goes about 240, 250?
Dude,
The ball's gonna roll out on a warm day, and
You're in
then
good shape,
all it is after that is what, an 8-iron.
You know, five iron in.
Oh, I
usually.
mean, from a
it's-
par 5, but a
Yeah.
par 4 standpoint,
Especially
what, an
for the
8-iron,
courses.
7-iron.
Yeah, the courses around here, I would
Yeah,
say,
it's
are
not bad.
more tailored to
Yeah.
guys who can't really play the long ball, but you don't need to. You can hit it
Honestly.
short.
You just gotta get to your money clubs,
Yeah.
Get to the,
get to your comfort.
And I just switched putters this year, so.
Did you?
Yeah, well, I got that Scotty, so I mean, I'm still practicing with it. You didn't see the Scotty when
No,
I
no,
played
but
at that
Scotties
one
are
course.
incredible. I
Yeah,
love
no, I'm working that one in. I love them. I love the blade of it. I used to use a mallet. Yeah, 3/4 like that one right there. But
That's
now
my
I
that's
now I
my
switched
old
up to a blade.
That's my old blue. So as we're kind of talking about golf, the Masters just kind of happened here.
Yeah, Scotty Scheffler.
Scotty Scheffler.
Back to back, right?
Jeez, no, 2 and 3 years.
Dave
Two and
Portnoy.
three.
So
Dave
he
Portnoy won money.
dressed John Rahm, and then John Rahm dressed him.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I
it's
think he won
really
like
awesome.
2 mil.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of turned it on in the final round. There really wasn't a whole lot. There was, I think, the back 9. I mean, Scheffler just kind of had control, and Morikawa, who was right there at the beginning of the day, like 2 double bogies, and it's
Yeah,
over.
I was rooting for him so bad.
I was so rooting
too.
for him too. I saw him up there.
You know what
Sorry.
that Swedish dude or whatever, that Averg or Averg?
Yeah, the guy who finished second.
Finished second. I'll say this: that guy, he's a younger talent, but he came to life. You know, he was focused. He was drilling tough shots, making putts. It was fun to watch some younger talent really do well.
Yeah,
I mean,
bad.
you know, I kind of said this with I feel like other sports that I was kind of like I'm liking the change of the dynasties. I like to see
Changing of the guard.
New England fall. I like to see the Yankees fall, which
Yes.
we'll talk about baseball in just a bit here. But I like to see these new teams kind of come up to prominence, and it's the same thing in golf. Like I love Tiger Woods, but I'm just going to go down the line. Do you guys think that he should either A, hang it up, or B, try and move to the senior division? Because in a couple years, Tiger Woods could be eligible for the senior division, just killing it. We'll start with Ryan, though.
I don't know, man. I'm not an expert on the golf, honestly.
I mean, just
But
give
you
your
watch Tiger
opinion,
Woods?
though.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
know
I think
Tiger Woods.
he should be able to play as long as he wants to play. He's Tiger Woods. He can do whatever he wants. And if he wants to play senior tour golf, and do that. And if he wants to try and compete, then I don't know.
Let me hone you in here. I gave you 2 options, and you just kind of circled.
Well, I mean, I'm saying like
Okay,
he's
I'm saying, should he retire?
No.
because his back and his legs.
You
and
mean his
all,
one leg and his back?
Yeah, he's.
But
he's,
those are injuries that he sustained that he's choosing to work through.
That's up to him.
That's
yeah,
option A.
yeah.
Or option B, you're saying go to the senior tour and just spank all these geriatric fucks.
I think it's hard. I think it's up to him and his health. Like only he knows. Like
Okay.
like it's hard for me to say. Like,
Grizzly Adams had a beard.
I think he should. I don't think he should retire though. I think he should.
I mean,
keep playing.
he's only playing in the majors. He's only playing in the Genesis Invitational. And he didn't even play that because he was sick. So if you really think about
It's
it,
very
he's not
selective,
playing
yeah.
that much golf right now.
So, but what
if
would
he's
your-
just
Yeah.
competing in the majors? It's 4 rounds a year.
Okay.
It's not bad.
And you can do that and go. I'm kind of.
I don't know if he
So
can do that.
if you ever win a Masters, you're
Maybe he
always
has to win
invited
one.
back
Oh,
to
that's
it. So
right,
he can always
that's right.
compete in the Masters regardless.
Right.
Now,
I'm pretty sure
other
if-
invitationals, guess what? If Tiger said, "Hey, I'd like to play," I can't imagine anyone saying, No, we don't want you
Right.
around. It's not like you pull a big.
It's
prize.
Tiger Woods.
But is
Yeah.
it not based off of like a point?
No, the
basis?
PGA, some of the
Maybe
some of the
ratings,
PGA
too?
ratings come into play for different.
Has
I
to
think
be.
it's the U.S. Open or something like that. That it might factor in like you have to be at a certain percentage. But honestly, if they legacied him in all those majors, he won all of them.
Nobody would have a problem. Nobody would have a problem with that
I mean,
if they just legacy.
he's a huge draw. He's going to get a lot of people.
That's what you want. Grandfather.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, Ryan, you're right. I'm just saying. I would like to, and this is selfish of me, but think about it with any of the big four. I like to see my guy go out on top. I don't like to see the shitty
slow
years.
I mean, he's already on top.
No, but I'm just saying though. Like, let's say he plays another 10 years. Now Tiger Woods ain't making the cut.
But
like, not even
Tiger Woods is always going to be Tiger Woods. You can't take those wins away from him.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that necessarily.
His
I just
legacy
like
is a legacy.
I like for my sports, and this is just my opinion.
No, I get
like
you.
for the sports icons to go out when you're like, hey,
Okay, so
riding off into the sunset with a cigar. You know?
So
Well, I
kind of
get
like
you, though. I
MJ
get you.
left. I know he came back at some point, but the one thing I was thinking of is the Bulls coach. He should have left after the Bulls.
Yeah, Phil Jackson.
He kind of ruined tarnished his legacy. 'cause
Phil
he-
Jackson.
Phil,
You won with are you saying Phil Jackson?
the coach for the Bulls.
He
in
said the coach for the
90s.
Bulls.
Yeah, well, he got 3 more with the Lakers. Or
Yeah.
or
No,
4
I
more.
get
Then he
that, but then
said-
he went to the Knicks.
He went to the Knicks.
Okay, after that. Okay,
it.
I'm sorry.
I'm saying
you were saying to the Bulls. I
You,
thought.
Even then he could-
came at me
No,
like
hold
I
on,
was
but,
retarded,
he's
dude.
right though. He's
Like,
right in that
Phil
sense.
Jackson was the coach
won-
of the
he
Bulls.
won 5 more titles.
Yeah, Phil Jackson.
He won 3 more with the No, but the idea is even after
4 more.
Okay, but even after the Bulls, say the Bulls finish, he could have retired. It's not like he needs the money at that point. There's no way.
But if you're gonna coach Kobe and Shaq, why not?
I mean, it's a good 1-2 punch. Bobby's saying his third round was weak.
R.I.P.
Yeah,
Kobe.
so
Yeah.
I guess
I can agree with that. I'm saying, but after the next
Sure.
the last Kobe run where he won the title,
You know what was real
again-
cool? And if you guys saw this, I believe it was on Thursday morning. They had Jack Nicklaus,
Arnold Palmer.
Arnold. Or no, he passed away. But Gary Player.
Arnold Palmer is dead?
Yeah.
Arnold Palmer?
Yeah, he's no
Wait,
longer.
are you
with
talking
us.
about the honorary
The
shot?
honorary just shot?
Yeah,
So they had
with
Wait.
Nicholas
I watched it on my phone.
Player,
Yeah, it was
Gary Player, and then at the Watson was it?
Yeah, Tom Watson.
Tom Watson.
Yeah.
So yeah, these older guys go out there, hit some
They
drives.
did an honorary first shot
So it was
of
cool.
the
All
Masters.
these guys
it was
that
really
like,
cool.
I think
Was that earlier in the round?
that was
It was
the
Thursday
honorary.
morning, yeah.
Oh, Thursday morning. Okay. I
Honorary
was gonna
shots.
It was the
to kinda
first-
just
yeah.
initiate like hitting the champagne
first
on the
shot.
side
Yeah,
of a
first shots of
boat.
the-
They
okay.
do honorary shots of previous
That's pretty
winners.
cool.
And I think, dude, Nicholas has won 4 or 5 Masters or
I
something.
mean,
like
we
that?
don't fact check here.
Yeah, we don't
but
fact
sure.
check, but
Why
something.
not?
Six. I think he has 6
I think
jackets.
He's had that
That's what they
jacket
said.
on him so many
It's
times.
6
it's probably
jackets.
getting tiring.
Because 87 was his last, I think.
And
Yeah,
Tiger's at
that's what
what,
they're saying.
4, I think?
Tiger had 4, I think, for the Masters.
For the
Yeah.
Masters, right?
That's a specific tournament.
He has
I
5.
mean-
no, he
No.
has 5. One more would tie him with Jack
No,
Nicklaus.
you're talking about majors. But
No, jackets. I
I don't know
Whatever.
what
Maybe?
I'm talking about. So
No,
I'm
we
talking
don't
about
fact check.
no. The green
I know we
jacket
don't
is the
fact check,
Masters,
but I'm pretty
correct?
sure.
Green jacket is the
Green
Masters.
jacket is the Masters.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought Tiger had 4. But I could be wrong. We
I
don't.
think
Pretty
4 or
sure
5.
They said
Green
5
jacket?
on
Who
the
gives a
Who
TV.
gives a shit?
Who gives-
Indeed.
Pretty
All
sure
right.
they said 5 on the TV, but
No, it's all right.
we don't fact check.
We don't fact check here, and he's picking it up quick. You see that?
He's got it,
You don't
yeah.
need to prove stats. You can say fucking
Just throw
Kobe
something
Bryant
out
shot
there
a
that's
69%.
within reason.
Who gives a
Somewhat
shit?
reasonable, yeah.
Nobody's gonna fucking fact check this.
Yeah,
shit.
but I do have a fact for all y'all.
Okay,
Oh,
so
God.
It's,
I would
all right,
say
I have to
let's-
read this.
Okay,
it's
hit
getting
it.
into some baseball. It's been itching at me.
We're
'cause
gonna do
it's-
baseball in a later
it's-
segment. We're gonna
it's itching
run
me.
through
all right,
this.
let's get
hear the fact
as a
though.
teaser.
As
Let's
a
hear it
teaser.
as a teaser because
All
we
right.
got one more thing
So
to talk
in
about.
1932, the Red Sox,
Right.
who finished 43 and 111. Do you think
Oh my
the
God.
White Sox are gonna do worse
I
or
hope
better
not.
this year?
Is that the
And then I
worst
have,
record in
43
I
is the
have,
worst record.
I have a better stat of how the White Sox are currently doing. But
I
I'm,
hope. I pray
will
that we have like a
give that to you
10-game
guys
win
All right,
later.
yeah, we'll do the White Sox,
But-
stat, but what is the worst
43
baseball
wins
team?
only.
I don't know, but
Oh,
Red
right now
Sox
the White
in
Sox.
19
I guarantee it.
No. I'm saying all the entire history of baseball, the 150
he's
years.
I'm
I
telling you,
couldn't
right.
tell you. I don't fact check
Okay,
that.
we'll check it out. We'll check it in
But
the
that
break.
was the worst record.
in
coming back.
1932,
Yeah,
the Red
the Red
Sox had
Sox.
43 and 111.
All right, so last little quick point here. I mean, we kind of did the things we should have teased the baseball going into the last
Sorry.
one. It's all good. It's all gravy, baby.
You got a lance in your pants.
All right, so we do need to talk 2 minutes here about the Bulls. Bulls are playing a play-in game, as Ryan called it earlier this season.
I was literally telling my brother and everybody at work, like, I've just been saying this the entire year, like, what do you think the Bulls are going to do? I'm like, they're going to be a 7 through 10 seed. and they're gonna make
Go into the playing game.
and they'll probably win maybe, and then they'll lose in the first round.
Yep. So at least one half of that phase is complete here, but
Yeah, check.
He's been doing
mean-
great. He did well in our football picks. We're looking at Mr. Probability over here.
I mean, yet he doesn't sports bet. Riddle me fucking that.
Yeah, I should. I'm missing out.
All right, so
Kind of are.
Ryan, just give me a quick. I mean, are you still sticking with they're just going to get bounced, whatever team they are? I mean, the seven. You're either playing the 2 seed or
They
the
play
1
the
seed.
Celtics, especially they're getting tossed.
They're going to get fucking.
Yeah,
demolished.
agreed.
I would
Sorry, there's
agree
no
with
way.
that. No,
There's no way.
Hey, I'm wearing a Bulls jersey
Yeah, I know.
or a sweatshirt right now, and
they're in
it's
purgatory.
just-
It's always the same thing every year.
It's fortunately for me though, like this is the way that I look at it, is like this is the last year. There's so many pieces that they just simply cannot hold on to. They signed him to awful deals. Billy Donovan, I'm going to say, is probably going to be gone after this year unless they win the ship somehow, which no, let's just not. But like it's just going to be a completely different team. I'm happy for the rebuild that's eventually coming.
That's fair.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're kind of in the same boat, right?
I'll
You're
take
like,
Billy Donovan over Fred Hoiberg. I'll say that, even though they're both.
well, Fred Hoiberg's been he was just a college coach. College coach, right? I mean, he went literally right back to the college coaching right after the Bulls and he was fucking terrible. But that was our 2 minutes on the Bulls. Okay, I
Yep.
just wanted to get my shit out here because when they lose, as Ryan is predicting, it's just gonna be like, yeah, we fucking. It's like,
Probably win tonight though.
It's better to not get your hopes up because then you don't get upset if they lose.
but it's like peeling off a long, like a Band-Aid for a long time.
Band-Aid.
You're like, oh.
It's worse than that.
But just like the annoyance of it,
Right.
is like, no, you're fucking not going anywhere.
Well, you
DeMar DeRozan could have 68 points.
You either have to have like
He totally
2 or 3, you
Yeah.
know, tremendous players like all-star caliber, or you have to have at least 1 or 2 with like a really good team around them, like when Kawhi won with the Raptors like 4 years ago, or you know something like
Right.
that, where like you're really coached well and you have great reserves,
Yeah.
and you can just outplay them, you know.
Josh, any thoughts on basketball? Is that not your sport?
Yeah, that is not my sport.
Okay.
I'm a 5'8" white guy, so I can't. The only thing I got is a jumper, man. So
All right, you can shoot.
Hey.
Bobby,
Yeah,
what
that's
about
it.
you?
yeah, I'm not.
I mean, you still thought that you can do a 3-point.
I still think I'll
contest.
smoke you guys because
Let's
I'm
set it up.
athletic as shit.
Let's
but,
set it up. We're
I
beginning.
have a very high confidence level in myself.
Okay, we'll set it up. We'll throw some money on that for sure.
All right.
But I will say though, as we kind of wrap up this first segment, you're getting the great content today, ladies and germs. We're getting into baseball. We got our analyst Josh here coming up. We
got the
have
album review.
the album review,
and the movie.
The Matrix review.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, Matrix.
And we're gonna do the album review though. We took up a little bit too much time here, but we'll do the album
Start
review
off,
on the
yeah.
first one. We'll transition
punch
into
through it.
baseball,
Yep.
and then we go right into the Matrix. I think it's gonna be a good one. So
It's
stay
I'm excited
it's
about
a
this.
supersized
Yeah.
episode. It's gonna be
So
great.
you get a lot of content right now, and also, again, we're teasing a lot of shit here. Over the next couple days, you'll get the Kick of Destiny finally edited, put together. That's going to be coming out soon. Our
Nice.
pancake eating challenge, where Bobby berates the staff of IHOP.
Yes.
So tune in for that.
Uncut and unfiltered.
Uncut, nut filter.
That is
Fuck.
So that all got on camera. Okay.
Hell yeah. We had a camera right at our faces, dude.
Alrighty.
So, all right, we'll be back in just a little bit. Stay tuned. Peace. All right, welcome back to the Journeymen Lounge podcast. Again, apologies for the technical difficulties, but Josh is coming in loud and clear. Say a little hello for the audience.
Hello,
here.
everyone.
There he
How's
is.
it going?
He's got a sexy voice there. There we go. Okay, so Bobby, I will let you kind of take it away because this is your album review this week. What do we got?
We got Matchbox 20, Yourself, or Someone Like You. Like I said, I'm going to just read off a track A, track B, and then we'll kind of dive into your favorites, you know, what went well, what didn't.
All right, hit us with it.
All right, let's hit it. So side A on this vinyl, you got Real World, Long Day, 3 a.m., Push, Girl Like That, and Back to Good. And I'd say all but one of those are fucking just slams. All right, side B, it's called Damn, Argue, Cody, Busted, Shame, and Hang. So I think those title tracks probably aren't going to raise any alarms for some of these folks. But this came out in '96, October of '96. So
It's a
this
good
guy
year.
right here is
Solid
all of,
year.
figuring out, touching his toes, still in diapers. But
Yeah, Josh was a little on the
a little bit younger than
side.
the other crew here, but he still listened to it. And I'd be happy to hear, let's just ask first questions is, what is your favorite track on this vinyl?
Okay.
Knock us, knock
Where
it
you
around.
going
I think
to?
that there are 4 good tracks, and the rest are kind of like okay. That at least don't stand out to me. They're not bad, but they're not like amazing. I think obviously the 4 would be Real World, 3 a.m. Push, and Back to Good. Those are all ones I've heard on the radio or somewhere before, ones I recognized. I'd probably pick 3 a.m. if I had to pick one.
Sure.
It's probably the best one.
I was gonna say I'm surprised this is even a contest. There's only
I like
top
3
dog.
a.m. acoustic, but if I had to pick on this vinyl itself, Push is more of my favorite song.
I might probably go 3 a.m. Push, Real World, then Back to Good in that order.
Very cool. All right, now we have a dissenter, though. Your thoughts. We have Josh.
Yeah, Josh, what'd you think of the album?
I Googled this, so whatever you sent me in the group chat there, I Googled it, and I
don't think he's
I don't even know what the words are, so there's that.
Okay.
That. And,
you don't even know the tracks.
No, I
He doesn't
don't.
care about
And,
the words.
So whatever I typed in on Google, I just kind of went with the first, 10, 15 minutes and just,
So this is like a
almost fell asleep at the
40
wheel, but
It's
It's
like
only
a
a
45 minute
45-minute
album.
yeah, it's a 45-minute album.
bailed
Exactly.
He bailed
yeah.
on 15.
Bailed out.
15 minutes,
He's
I was
out.
like, yeah.
Well,
I was out. But I mean, no, honestly,
There's some good
good jams.
instrumental
No,
there.
good jams. Yeah, like good musician work. Like,
You don't have to, dude. You can just say that
you can be
didn't like
real
it.
though. I
It's
get
all
it.
good.
It's not your
It's
cup.
not my
It's
thing. Yeah.
Well,
No, I'm sorry.
I think it's more of like the times is like
Maybe it's a
mid-
generational
it's like
thing.
mid
years
to
old.
late 90s is like post grunge is kind of like
Yeah.
somewhat pop, but like still a little bit like sounds.
No,
like,
I
you know,
like it. It's definitely more mellow than like what I
some
grew up listening
some
to, so for
depressive
sure.
rock and
It's
pop.
just kind of like a lot of bands at the time kind of had that sound. I mean, Matchbox 20 obviously is one of the better ones. but-
I am glad though that you mentioned that though
Yeah.
because this is my one real negative review or part of this album here is that while you have, in my opinion, very good songs, the 4 that you literally mentioned, those are the 4 that I
And I noticed they all
Also-
put them in the beginning of the album too. I thought that was
Right.
interesting.
They front loaded it.
and
yeah.
So I
So it's
don't
right off the
understand
top, yeah.
though that this except for I think the one song Busted, which I did actually enjoy, kind of B-side track as Ryan was doing. I would say the 11 of 12 songs they sound almost identical.
Yeah, they're not very distinguishable.
Not really distinguishable.
There's one on the side B called Argue, but I was
Okay. Yeah,
I
I'll
was-
give you that.
No, I'll give you but the one thing the lyrics on that could give a shit, but there was a really cool instrumental. There was a cool guitar riff. So I was more into kind of the background of that song rather than the forefront.
In my mind, it starts off as like a solid rocket ship. You're like, hell yeah, just kind of plateaus, and like after that, you're like, it's also song selection. Like,
Sure.
in my mind, if you have 4, not really like, not that like the album, like, hey, these are going to be the 4 best songs, but like you can kind of tell they're definitely more on like, I wouldn't say poppy side, but like definitely more catchy.
And they sound different than the other ones.
Right. So like I would have thought that you would space those out a little bit and then you get, to me, that's how I like to listen to an album. Like the song was great.
Okay, so you kind of like the rise and fall, the different feels,
Absolutely.
whereas this, like you said, this has, I think, like you said, that tempo
Climaxes and then it
kind of
rides.
high early on, and then it just kind of
Always
tapers off. But
climaxing.
I like Hang. Hang's a good track at the very end. I thought it was kind of cool.
The one the acoustic guitar I liked at the end. I
Yeah,
think,
exactly.
it's the
So-
Hang, yeah.
It provided a different feel to kind of close things out. But 3 a.m., you guys know
it was
the story.
much more somber. The Hang, was like very
Yeah,
low
somber,
tempo.
more low key. But 3 a.m., everyone knows the story, but this might be new to you. But that song was written about the main singer's mother going through breast cancer. And if you listen to the lyrics, it kind of gets in that sad tone. But like when he pumps it up, tempos, like you never really consider the backstory on this. But when he does it slow acoustic, man, it's moving for at least me. His mom got through breast cancer, but it was still at
Shout
a
out.
point where she was just beside herself, with her child at the time, just trying to make ends meet, and it was killing her.
Yeah, so you're saying there's a backstory to it. It definitely resonates a little bit more. I would again, just kind of wrapping it up. Final thoughts on this one though. Again, I think that these are songs that you now hear nowadays, and you're like, oh shit, this was great. But as I even just put on a Matchbox 20 playlist, there's definitely some other songs on other albums that I'm like,
they weren't a one-hit wonder. They've had a few good albums.
They definitely had a couple good albums. I just would think that if somebody did a greatest hits of Matchbox 20, I think it would really, it would be very enjoyable the entire way through. Sometimes you get the greatest hits, and I'm like, oh, well, this song sucks. Nobody commercially people liked it, but anybody
I get you
around that age. But last thoughts kind of on the.
I was gonna say for
Matchbox
being back in the time, especially having 4 hits off an album is good. And those were really.
I think it shot them.
They got a lot of radio play for 3 a.m. and Push especially. But yeah, I think it's a good mid-90s album. I like it. I think for me too, it's nostalgic. Growing up hearing it, reminding me of when I was 6 or 7 or whatever.
Right.
I enjoy it.
We're just listening to the radio and watching MTV.
You see in your parents'
VH1.
car going to the whatever, and the song pops on.
So, Josh, real quick before Bobby gives his final thoughts. So, what would you say is your go-to
What's your genre?
What do you like to listen to? What's the go-to?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. Man, really gotta say that?
Shot out of cannon.
Are you more
Fuck one,
country or
marry
more
one, kill
rap?
one.
No,
Go.
not hip hop, rap.
So you and Ryan, I mean,
I can listen to EDM. I can listen to some other.
But if you
crazy
had a
shit.
choice, you're you got the playlist.
I mean, I can
ready
listen to
go.
that. It's just.
but you'd rather listen to
I saw 45 minutes and I'm like, damn.
Bail.
That's, I mean, I listened to 10 minutes.
But
you'd
you'd rather listen to Tupac and Biggie. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, no joke. Yeah,
I
Eminem.
I will absolutely give you you listen to it for.
I appreciate it
You
for as
didn't-
long as you could.
You didn't just do
I'm
one
sorry.
song
That's
and
good.
then
Hey.
said, "Hey, that's."
This is why it's
I
the
gave it- I
lounge.
gave
We
it
were
the
trying to be
shot.
honest, gentlemen.
Yeah.
All right, Bobby. So
just
what's
like-
final
Give it a
thoughts?
shot.
on
Final
this?
thoughts.
It's not bad. No, I mean, for a young kid, it's not bad if you're into some mellow stuff.
Yeah, it's
good
definitely
album.
got a chill vibe. One last thing,
You
I
guys
really
have
like the
some-
album art. I think it's kind of cool what they have the guy up front with the kind of leather hat. It's just different, and then on the back, kind of that black and white silhouette.
it's-
So
is the guy supposed to be in heels? Is
no,
that's
this is
just a woman.
That's a separate,
woman's
separate
leg.
person altogether. Yeah, women's leg and stockings. It's just I don't know, kind of cool.
Well,
Different.
we also talked before though about the artwork of albums
Yep.
back in the day. I mean, I'm not gonna deny that there's definitely albums now that do have pretty sick.
But
artwork,
Nirvana, the baby in the
artwork, but-
pool, this is very iconic to Matchbox. So it's there's certain things that just pop where
I think it's a very intriguing album where you look at it and you go, oh fuck, what is this? And then you end up kind of listening to it. So, great album review. Who is the next one?
Me.
Ryan is the next one. You want to tease what we got coming up next week?
Yeah. It's hard to decide because I already did Kanye and you did Eminem. Even though I would probably pick one of their other ones again, but I kind of want to pick something different.
you could run with whatever you're feeling though.
Well,
Shot out of a cannon.
all right. Let's do.
TikTok, come on.
Let's do Kid
I hate
Cudi, Man on the
TikTok.
Moon.
Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon.
Good
Solid
album.
one.
Okay.
Josh, real quick, what are your thoughts of Kid Cudi? Like him, hate him?
I like them.
Like him? Okay.
Yeah, I used to
Specific-
listen to them when I was in 8th grade running track.
Specifically the deluxe version. If there's a difference, I don't know.
Okay.
All right. We'll
Ooh, I
figure
like
that
that
out
album.
for the
Yeah,
for the
I see
next
that pop up
album
all the time
review.
on Pandora.
So, as we have brought on this esteemed guest, as we've teased in the previous episodes, we're getting into the baseball season. I'd say it's in full swing.
Oh, that was a good one.
Baseball been
I
very,
am-
very
Write that
good
down.
to me.
Write
Write that down. Write that down. So, I think the best way to start with it is that. So Bobby obviously got on the White Sox.
Rocking the 05 Sox, Scotty
Ryan
Pods.
is
Stand up and twirl
Yeah,
around.
let's see
Show the
that.
viewers. The 22.
I didn't get
Scotty
the-
Pod.
I didn't get the jersey memo.
I mean, I'm not.
I
wearing
know. I
one
feel
either.
bad about that, man.
I would have had a White Sox jersey though if I did.
I think I got a Chipper Jones or an Andrew Jones.
That's a cool one, though.
Oh,
Chip
Braves
Jones.
jersey.
I got a
but-
no. I got a no name. Just nothing. Just team.
Yeah.
Well, let's tee it up like this. You guys are going to cover the White Sox. I'm going to cover the Cubs, and then
This will be a
Josh
quick
obviously has
segment.
the
We're
Red
3-15. We're dog shit. I don't see us hitting 42 wins. I think we will break the record.
43, dog.
Okay, well then I'll take the under in terms of having the worst, you know.
So yeah, Josh, hit us with that stat though again of the what was the Red Sox?
In 1932, the Red Sox finished 43-11, but
111, right?
currently, right now, your White Sox
are on pace. Yep.
have scored 34 runs in 16 games.
Okay.
That's
Not
really
bad, right?
Really great.
No, that's dog shit. That's
it's
2 a
dog
game.
shit.
Yeah.
They've also given up 87 in 16 games.
Jesus.
Dude, that's a minus like 50.
It's minus 53.
Holy shit, that sucks.
The MLB record for such things, which is a neg 349, was held by the 1932 Red Sox. That's when they went 43-111.
Okay, well we're about to put some records to the test this year.
All right, Ryan, your thoughts. Hit me with some White Sox take here,
I
buddy.
think they stink. From what I know, from what I've seen, I know too that Moncada's out till like the All-Star break, and he's one of our better players. And Robert's out for like a month, I think, or something. Am I wrong or right on that? I think.
So I guess can you?
Oh, I don't know.
My opinion on Moncada though, I don't think he's that.
Okay, well, he's supposed to be
Luis
one
Roberts?
of the. Okay, Moncada's supposed to be one of
right.
the better
He's paid
players.
well
Yeah,
to
he's
do
paid well to do
Right.
well, but he's
But he's not been living up to
Producing.
par. Okay, let's put it that way. But so I don't know, like I mean, like kind of like what are they doing? Like if they're gonna tank, just fucking go all out, man.
Dude, the reality is they're trying.
I mean, they've already traded fucking Dylan Cease.
Yeah,
They
we've gotten rid of so much
Giolito,
talent.
got rid of Tim
Padres.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Everybody.
So this is why
Yes,
it's
Timmy.
curious because you guys have brought this up before here is that if you're I agree with you if you're gonna go for the rebuild but it seems like hey I'm gonna sell these guys up but you have to obviously build around somebody. I get that, but
You know why that is because it's like Jerry Reinsdorf.
Oh,
He
yeah,
owns the
yeah.
Bulls. He owns the Sox. They both do the same things. Where they
Yup.
try and do both at the same time. You try and keep people, but you try and also
It's
lose.
honestly Chicago.
You
'cause
can't
the
really-
Bears don't spend money on players either.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they'll spend money sometimes, but it's always
they'll
after,
spend bad money.
It's always
Bad
after
money.
players who are past their prime.
Right.
Or,
We
you
got
know,
the dude from
older.
St. Louis Cards on our team too.
Oh, we signed Tommy Pham, the AAA deal.
Well,
Yeah,
no, I
that's
thought
right.
what's his okay.
It just happened like 2
No,
days
I know
ago.
that. I'm thinking of someone else though. DeLunger, forget or
whatever. We don't fact check here,
DeYoung.
but so
DeYoung. There it is. He's on our team. And
Yeah.
So
He's
again,
what you're
I just
talking
don't get the I get where you're coming from, Ryan, and saying like, oh, Jaron Reinsdorf, this is modus operandi.
yeah,
But I just think though that
it is.
you
Gotta do
in
something.
any professional league, I kind of agree with you, Josh. Like you have to do something. You had to be competitive in this shit. Otherwise, you're a laughing stock.
Look at the
And
Yankees.
especially-
look at the
especially-
Orioles, look at the Braves. Look at the Dodgers. They're all high class caliber teams that will just wipe you out.
I just also
Cubs,
look at it
I
though.
don't even know if the Cubs will be up
Yeah,
there.
hold
and
on.
talk.
We'll
I
let
mean,
Woj do the talking for the Cubs, and
Sorry.
you'll take over Boston. No, we
Yeah.
got it.
Boston's in last place. I'll tell you.
All I would say though is that the MLB season is unlike any other season. That there's 162 games, so the numbers. If you win, let's say 40 games, 40 and 122 sounds like a dog shit record compared to the NBA. Like, hey, you win 20 and 62, not that bad.
No, that's still fucking
That's pretty
horrible.
bad.
Yeah.
That's a really
Hey,
bad
it's-
win percentage.
But I'm just saying more.
I get
games,
you. It
sounds
doesn't.
a
It
little
doesn't.
bit-
I guess sting is bad if you don't have 3 digits on your L's.
Very true.
I think the
Very
thing
true.
with baseball, the comparison to basketball, when you tank, unfortunately, in baseball, is a lot of times prospects take a couple years to come up. Or
Yeah.
now where NBA, you play right away. Like you're drafted, you're in. They see what you're doing. Like we might not see the #1 pick for 3 years or 4 or what right? Or
Yeah, it's
right.
about there. I mean, Jackson Holiday is a generational
Yeah.
talent. That's
Right.
why he's got the
the guy
he's
in
coming up at
Baltimore,
20.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's why he's coming up at 20.
And that-
but that only comes generational talent.
Rare.
And
Yeah.
Jackson Holiday is Matt Holiday from the Rockies,
No, Cardinals.
Cardinals.
I mean, yeah,
Cardinals,
Rockies too.
Oh, he did. Okay.
So I think he started Rockies, went to Cardinals, but that's where Cardinals is where he was really pretty.
Funnily
decent.
enough, I just found like a Matt Holiday. It's like fucking bent as shit, but I'm like, oh, Matt Holiday, Rockies card. Cool.
There
no,
it is.
seriously, yeah, that's where he started.
So, Josh, why don't we flip the script over to you? I know you said the Red Sox are last in the division, but what do you got, man? Let's see from a real. I mean, you are a diehard.
Yeah, tell us
baseball
about your
fan.
story real quick about.
I
being
love the Cubs, but I would not classify myself as diehard. I like when they're
Ah.
winning. I still will watch when they're losing, but not necessarily.
Yeah, nah.
You're all day, all in.
Yeah, Red Sox all day. Even though they're in last place, I still root for them. I mean, shit. I don't know. I mean, I listened to the '04 World Series on the radio because my mom grounded me from TV.
That's funny.
Because my grades, she told me C or better, and it was English, and I just couldn't do English. I could do any other, subject.
But you did say though that gave you an appreciation though, even more so for the game.
Yeah, listening to it on the radio, like just listening to the announcers, broadcasters, it's just the sound that they make over the radio of like excitement of like what's going on and like how they like tell the story of like Kurt Schilling's bloody sock game and like David Ortiz and Manny Ramirez just hitting bombs and just hitting gaps and just how they rallied from 03. They were down 03.
They were down three. They were basically
they were down,
this close to the band, so I think they were
they
0-3 against
four.
the Yankees and they
went
won
4. It was
What were you gonna say,
ALCS.
I was just say baseball. I think is one of the sports that like it's better to listen on the radio. Sometimes it just is like
absolutely.
You enjoy it more. You can hear the crowd, like you said.
Yeah.
And, like even like I'm not a Cubs fan, but listening to like Pat and Ron back in the day, it was very enjoyable.
I'll even extrapolate that, though. I honestly will say any of the big four, in my opinion, baseball, hockey, basketball, football, I think they are better because they have to be more entertaining. They have to really capture an audience with their voice. But let's, give me a little bit more of the details here. I don't really know shit about the Red Sox since probably 2004 when they won.
Yeah, they won in 04.
But, like,
they won
what's
in
their
07.
current roster? Who's a good guy on their team? Like, I don't even know. Like, who's...
Oh, man.
You have some good pitchers.
Now you put me on the spot. Rafael Devers is a good hitter.
Pedroia retire?
Yeah, Pedroia's done. He's retired. He retired.
He was fun. He was fun to watch.
He was
though.
real fun to
really
watch.
good second baseman.
Yeah.
I think he was a career guy there too. Yeah.
Journeyman, would you say?
Yeah.
There it is.
Pedroia?
Yeah. I think
No,
he started
journeyman in the
Red
sense.
Sox.
I think journeyman also applies. Let me just run with this.
Let's label it. Sure,
Let me just run with this.
I think he's better than a journeyman. Pedroia was a
But I'm just
Hall
saying.
of Famer.
I think a journeyman can
I
also.
agree.
A journeyman can also apply to a guy who's been with the club for
the entirety, like Jeter.
the majority
Yeah.
of their career, or even like
Their
10
whole
plus, 13 plus years. Because baseball, you can do that. I don't know Pedroia's stats, but I know he was with the Red Sox for a long time.
Look at Mike Trout. There's not many all-career players left.
I feel
And
bad
Mike
for him,
Trout.
though.
No, he's not leaving because he wants to be an all-career player at one
Okay.
team. And I get it. Not many players
I
are out there.
fucking
But
love
if he's
that.
putting up those statistics, year after year after
Yeah.
year, and he's on one club, it don't matter. He's still getting in the Hall of Fame.
No. I'm saying I think you can
Think about it.
I think you can use that definition of a journeyman, but when I think of journeyman, it's more of like a guy who's been on multiple teams,
All right.
who's been around a long time, like guys like
I like your definition.
But I agree, Ryan, that that's kind of what we started with.
like
but
a Kenny Lofton.
I would
Kenny
say
Lofton,
I would say a
Kenny Lofton.
solid choice would always be Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's
I was just thinking in football, Ryan
pretty
Fitzpatrick.
much like the
Fitzpatrick, yeah.
main journeyman there. So, I mean, with the Red Sox though, they're in the what division? I don't even know.
The AL East.
AL East.
AL East
One
is
of the
that
hardest.
is that
in,
with the Sox or no?
American League? Actually, it's probably
No, the White
most
Sox are in the
competitive.
White Sox
NL,
are
or AL Central.
Central.
Or
Yeah.
AL Central.
Yeah, we're in a pretty weak division.
Kansas City Royals.
Yeah, we have the Royals, the Twins. Detroit's doing well.
Wow. Detroit.
They're doing all right.
I don't know, man.
So-
it's gonna be Kansas City and Twins.
So, but you guys theoretically, your teams could meet in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
If
it'd be
the
a
White
black
Sox had a
Red
The
Sox.
miracle,
White Sox?
yeah.
Are you kidding me? Even they're not making the playoffs.
Maybe in like
Yeah,
3
you're
years.
right.
Maybe 3 years.
All I'm
Yeah,
saying
right.
though is that I think that the rivalry in a playoff, like especially for, I mean, really, you
Yeah,
can apply to
Boston's the
any
most
sport.
hated fans. I mean, next to Philly.
Shut up. Phillies are the most hated fans.
Philly, I
You're a
will.
close
Look
second.
at Fenway. It's a
And
beautiful
also, you're not even
ballpark.
thinking
That Green
Philly,
Monster.
Philly, Dallas.
Yeah, you know,
Philly,
I can
Dallas,
lob Dallas in the mix.
and then I'll probably go Boston.
I think there are a
They're
lot
not
of.
even that bad.
I think there are a lot of notorious.
Your voice went up.
Yeah,
Right, dude.
Like
I know.
Failed
Patriot
that,
Patriot
Liars
fans,
test.
Steeler fans, Cub
You know what?
fans.
Patriots fans, when I went to the game, really were very nice.
Really?
Yeah, they had
Somebody-
Tom Brady.
Yeah, but no, like they,
They're in a good mood.
I
What do you mean?
I think that's what it is that they blew their load so many times that they're like,
We're
whatever,
done.
Chicago.
Yeah, we're done.
We're
winning.
good. We
It's
already got, like,
okay.
4 of
Yeah,
these.
We're good.
They don't have that angst. They don't have that shit there.
like Cleveland.
Worse is the Packer fans.
That's why
though.
Tom Brady's not allowed to
Packer
bet on
fans are really
MGM.
nice.
Dude, whatever. You enjoy yourself. You go to Lambeau. Trust me. They're good, wholehearted people, man.
We
They're-
gotta
I had
plan
to throw a
I love
shot in there.
Yeah, I know you did.
We got to plan a trip to Lambeau.
We
though,
do. We would do.
at some point.
I would
All right.
love to.
Me too.
Any final thoughts on the Red Sox here before we go to the beloved Cubs?
For your current Red Sox.
Current Red Sox.
Yeah, like what do you
man, they
think?
need
What
to-
do they need to do? Yeah.
They should have signed some pitching in this offseason if they were trying to do something. something. They didn't, and that was disappointing.
Who's your top 3 favorite all-time Red Sox?
Yeah, good call. Good fucking question.
Shit.
Or 5 if you need 5. 3 to 5.
Well,
Just throw them in no particular order.
Specific order.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Ted Williams, because he's a 400
Solid.
career, and nobody will ever be a 400 career again.
No,
Okay.
the best.
And then my boy, Kari Stremski. That's my boy. That's
Yeah.
my boy.
Yes.
Yeah,
And then probably David Ortiz, just because I
Big
was alive
Papi.
in that era, man.
Okay.
And I love the way he just, lefty swings, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, dude, when
and
he
he's a big dude. Big
Oh,
dude
yeah.
just always hits.
When he connected with one,
but
you were
also
like, oh,
Pedro
shit.
Martinez because I'm a
Alright.
pitcher.
And you got one more?
And then
Is he a Nomar fan?
Manny, Kurt Schilling, Nomar.
Don't-
you know what?
don't
I gotta
fucking
throw it out
sway.
to Dustin Pedroia because
All right.
All right. Okay, I like
I was
Dustin.
middle infielder pitcher, so
Yeah.
I'm a short guy, so like he was like one of the first short men
Yeah.
in the show. So
Yeah,
it's
he was a
like,
tiny
Part,
bro.
part of the tribe.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
like
like
that.
I kind of give my hat to him. Gave me
All right,
like
Frodo and
hopes.
Bilbo over there. No, I'm
yeah,
kidding.
literally. I am
I'm a short
man.
dude too.
They
I
see
get it.
each other and they're like,
It's unfortunate, dude.
Right, we understand. There's a nod.
But second base is like if you can hit and you can field. I mean, the thing is, you just gotta consistently hit.
Very true. Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up here real quick. Here, I'm gonna keep it short.
Excellent.
The Chicago Cubs aren't doing that shitty, so we're off to a great start. Hey,
Not bad,
she
not
showed
bad.
up, so you got to be pretty psyched.
Get psyched
You
about
gotta be
it.
pretty psyched about that.
Pretty much, that's how I feel right now. I'm like, hey, we're not
You're not playing bad.
we're not the White Sox,
You're
basically.
you're putting
right now.
together
So-
a decent
Yeah.
offense.
You have a nice place to go to the game.
I do have my second
it's a fun
opinions
time.
about them Cubs.
Okay,
though.
so let me just go over what I think though, because I said this for 2 years now. Is
Here we
that
go.
They haven't addressed the pitching. They've just kind of like been like, okay, Hendricks and
gotta
a
retire.
couple of these other guys.
Yeah,
Getting old.
like Keegan Thompson showed up last year. Mark Leiter, Javier Assad. Like these guys ended up being very solid for pitching, but they're not all stars. They're fucking like cheap ass fucking dudes.
if Assad stays on his role, he might be an all-star this year.
Okay, maybe. But I'm just saying, though, is that they'd never address the pitching where I'm like, I think you need really in the MLB, I think you need two top guys that you can go to where, hey, if the first guy, you're like, this guy's for sure going to win. Second guy, you're like, he should give us a good chance of winning. That's what you need
They
in this
got
league.
Menaga.
So I've seen him pitch. Have you seen him pitch?
He's not bad.
He's
That
not
splitter
bad.
Falls off the table. Fastball is uncontrollable. A
But
little bit.
he doesn't have the control that I
Yeah,
would have
no.
thought
Yeah, me too.
he would have had. And it's really kind of inside, baseball.
You gotta just work him with Brickma, get him out there. And
Honestly, I think the Cubs messed up when they didn't sign Jordan Montgomery from the Rangers,
Oh, from the I didn't.
and
I
he
didn't
pitched
even
in the
know
World Series last year. so-
Montgomery. Yeah, he had a pretty career
Lefty,
run.
lefty, burly lefty, big burly lefty.
wish
And
the
I think
Cubs
he
had-
could have filled that role of like a John Lester fill.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
damn!
I can see that.
That's
I wish the Cubs had some better middle relief. You guys are just thin there, and your
Very thin.
closers, those are hit and miss.
Well, this
Cubs
is
have Swanson and Horner in there. Oh, middle relief.
Middle relief.
Oh yeah, yeah. yeah, my
but
bad.
your closers are, they're decent enough, but it's just like you guys. I wish you could get through inning 6 to
They have
inning
no
8.
closer.
no. You're absolutely right. We really don't.
closer.
We're using Robert Azalea right now as a closer.
not.
Not really a
Good.
closer. He's probably a better setup guy. And then you really need to sign. That's again. It's going back to my point. You need to sign somebody. You really need to get some bolstering of the pitching. The bats are actually pretty decent.
No, you have a decent lineup.
Michael
right
Busch
there.
has 6 home runs in 6 games or something like that.
You know who owns the Cubs?
Tom Ricketts.
He needs to spend some money on a closer.
Well, that's what I mean, okay, so let me kind of
Yeah, he
close this
does.
out on this. Do you know anything about like the contract side of the baseball?
No. Like, what do you mean contracts? Like how they assigned and everything?
No. I'm
Like
talking in terms of
guarantee
like
money or
baseball.
what?
No. But baseball, correct me if I'm wrong here, is the only sport that there's a luxury tax, but there's not a salary cap necessarily. Is
Yeah,
that right?
technically, yeah.
So like when the
You
Yankees
can
were just
spend money.
buying
As much
all
as
the
you want, you
spend
gotta
money.
pay
You
a
gotta spend a
fee.
you gotta
Or
there's a fee.
or whatever.
There's
Okay.
a luxury tax. Yeah,
So
that's the
as
tax.
you say, Tom Ricketts spent some money. Why? He's a billionaire, right?
I mean, why not?
Oh,
or at least
Yeah,
hundreds,
he's got to be.
hundreds of
He's
why-
got
why
to
do
be.
billionaires just the state for money for stadiums because they can.
Yeah.
Because they
Flip
don't want
the
to
bill
spend
to
their
the
money.
taxpayers,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
But that's a solid play, though. Hey, why would I pay for this if you can?
Right.
In MLB, I feel like it's like, hey, I want to throw $300 more million at this.
You went
Let's
at-
sign a good guy.
you went out and got a top top
And,
5 manager.
Yeah.
You spend money on him. At least go after like I don't know Josh Hader.
And don't they have their
Make
own?
it exciting.
Yeah.
They have their own TV network too. It's
Yeah,
Marquee.
Marquee
That
network.
like
Yeah,
no offense,
seriously.
you've already cornered the market, then bought up the properties near
Well-
Wrigley. Money's not an issue, man. Go get yourself a few closers, a few other fillers.
Spend some money.
Spend some
Yeah,
money.
yeah,
And
you-
Apparently,
I mean-
they think they're not going to be competitive. I guess.
whatever,
Right?
man.
I
They
mean-
got.
I'm surprised.
they
I'm
have-
just saying, like, if you think you're going to have a chance, wouldn't you think you're?
I
Gonna
would.
Go
Well,
out?
I would
Wins
double
the
it.
World Series is pitching. What wins the World Series is pitching. It
Agreed.
doesn't
Sure.
matter how much your offense can, who names what. If your pitching locks down a lineup, they lock down that lineup.
Oh,
They're
yeah, you feel
scoring
so
goose
confident
eggs.
going
It's
in there,
goose egg
too.
after goose egg after goose egg.
never
And that's your
fails. Right.
pitching. If you have a lockdown rotation with a good, like you said,
05
good,
Sox,
mid-
White
baby.
Sox,
good,
it's
good,
a-
relief,
yeah,
05
good
Sox,
yeah.
middle
Jenks
relief,
to close.
and a closer.
They had
You're
four,
winning.
Four
Burley,
solid starters.
Contreras,
Yeah,
Freddie
05 White
Garcia.
Sox.
Was
What was it, a 4-0
Shingo
sweep too,
Takatsu on
Yeah,
that,
we
that
swept
White
in the
Sox
World
team, or was
Series
that after
against
it?
Houston, against one of the
was-
better pitchers.
that was-
Pitching. Freaking
Yeah, unreal.
Was Shingo Takatsu on that?
No, he was before that, I think, or after. It was after.
He was
No,
after.
we did
Jenks
have.
was the closer. At the,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jenks was our
Jenks.
closer, but we did have who was that?
had Todd
Not Scotty
Iguchi.
Pod. Yeah, Todd Hooch. Yeah, Aguchi. Thank you.
He's second baseman.
Yeah, he filled in like with Scotty Pods. You could put him in the outfield, put him at second. You
Yep.
know, figure it out.
And my guy Juan
Joe Creedy at
Uribe.
third.
And Uribe, the weirdest swing I've ever seen in a professional career. He'd go down to a knee to swing, but he'd end up getting hits. So I guess you
awesome.
can't knock him.
Pasadnik?
Well,
no,
Scotty Pods.
Uribe.
No, yeah, but who's the catcher?
Oh,
AJ.
AJ
AJ
Pierzynski.
Pierzynski.
Then
the
you got-
bad.
He was a bully. I
World
fucking
famous
love it.
Michael
old
Barrett.
bully.
World
fucking-
Series
the-
MVP Jermaine Dye.
Jermaine
Yeah,
Dye.
Jermaine
We had some
Dye.
good.
Jermaine Dye.
Canerico.
Jermaine Dye was
Yeah,
We had a great team,
Paul
man.
Canerico at
Great
first,
team.
dude.
Great team.
All right, so
All right,
as we're talking about,
our only positive.
hey, you guys got a
We
World
have nothing
Series.
else. We have to
You
remember.
guys got World Series.
4-20.
Chicago finally got one. Thank the fucking Lord. I got so drunk. I got so drunk and smoking.
That was on my
cigar out
birthday.
at like 3 a.m. that I
Man.
showed up to
Crazy
work,
shit.
and my boss was like, "Cubs game," and I was like, and she was like,
Yeah.
"All right."
I think it's understandable. If something
I
like
mean,
that
the whole
happened, I'd
city-
kind of
You
give everyone the day.
You guys should have had more though. I'm surprised how
Yeah.
fast you it like took off and how fast it
Because
went
the
down.
cheating Astros in 2017.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of them.
Well, and we'll give
I
one of
think they
those to the
stole-
Astros there.
I
and,
think
Knowing a fastball's coming, I
I
would
think
love
they
to
stole
know
one
that.
from the Cubs a little bit.
probably. But
Yeah.
we will end the segment right now. We're gonna get into the Matrix. It's gonna be a fucking mind fuck of a conversation. I love it.
Yeah,
We just did Inception last week, so now we're into Matrix. And then remind me who's on movie duty for the.
That's me.
All right, so Bobby's got a
I got a
movie
sci-fi one
going
we're
to
gonna run.
tease.
Ooh,
All
let's
right,
get it.
the Journeymen Lounge
might not like
podcast
it,
will
we'll
be
see.
back.
I'll still watch it.
Listen to this badass beat made by our producer extraordinaire, Aaron, and we'll be back in a little bit. Peace.
All right, welcome back, Journeyman at the Journeymen Lounge. Hope you got your beverage handy, your smoke, whatever you like. We are about to dive into 1999's The Matrix. Just had the 25th anniversary. Came out March 31st, 99. Directed by the Wachowskis. At the time, they were known as the Wachowski brothers, but they have since transitioned.
Good on you.
$63 million budget, grossed $467 million. One of the most at the time, especially most inspirational movies that had come out. Revolutionary, inspired tons of other movies with its effects, Hong Kong cinema style action, cyberpunk themes. Great movie. So I guess my question to you guys is, we'll start with.
Are you gonna bring us through a quick synopsis? Tell us what it's about. Yeah.
Oh, sure. The synopsis of The Matrix.
Let's
Okay.
do that first before we
And then
get
we
into
can
the
dive
question.
in.
Okay. So The Matrix is about. Man, there's kind of a lot to go into. Okay. Matrix
Plot
is
points.
Get
Plot
into
points.
it all. Let's go.
about Morpheus and his crew, Trinity and them, the Nebuchadnezzar crew, going after this guy Neo, who they believe is the One. The One is the person who will change or can do anything he wants in the Matrix, bring balance kind of back to the humans versus the AI, which is what's happening. And the Matrix is basically the real world that we think it is, but it's not the real world. It's a simulation that the machines have put people under
To feed off of
feed
their-
off of them, to get power for them, to live or whatever. It's kind of
Right. The AI
yeah.
basically became sentient, and they now are aware of.
Yes.
It's basically Terminator, but like
It is
so
Terminator.
much-
We blackened the sky because they were originally solar powered, and
Yeah.
now they use humans as a form of
So like
renewable energy.
Yeah,
like many
renewable
movies, the theme is artificial intelligence. Is it good or bad? What could happen possibly?
Yeah, I think yeah.
Yeah, I think you
It's
nailed
pretty
it.
much that, and then
Yeah.
they deal with adversity throughout the movie.
Yeah. So it stars.
Spoiler alert.
Stars
25 years old.
Keanu Reeves as Neo and / Thomas Anderson, Lawrence Fishburne as Morpheus, Carrie-Anne Moss as Trinity, Hugo Weaving as Agent Smith, and Joey Pants as Cypher.
Joe Pantoliano.
Joe Pantoliano.
And then the rest I'd consider as
Yeah,
ancillary.
right. Those are the important
Right.
people. So, okay, my first thing I would say I would like to know from you guys is like your personal experience with the movie, like when you first saw it, what your initial thoughts were, and maybe your thoughts on revisiting it now.
All right, Josh, hit us with it first.
Yeah,
Well, me being the young cat, I probably saw this when I was like, I don't know, maybe 11, 12-ish, maybe 13.
Came out in '99. You sure about
No,
that?
but I
Yeah.
feel like
Oh,
it was.
okay, yeah.
But I feel like it was
You
very,
saw it on TV or something.
very
Yeah,
popular
yeah,
on
okay.
TV.
Exactly, that's
Probably.
what I mean,
Yeah.
All right, fair.
I was only 5,
Oh,
man.
I thought you were like, yo, you're talking
Nah,
about your,
dude,
your
I was
movie
5 when it
experience.
came out. Yeah, my parents are gonna take me. Hey,
forgot.
let's go watch this in a
I
movie
also
theater
wanted to
and
show I
scare
had
the
all
shit
the-
out of you, 5-year-old.
Hold on, let's do a presentation here
Sorry,
first.
real quick. I
from,
forgot. I brought all the movie versions I have of it. So I have it on VHS, Blu-ray, and DVD.
let's pop those.
One of the
just-
rare ones where I've owned every single.
Bobby will shuffle through them. We'll put pictures up and all this shit.
Yeah. Thought that was cool just to show. Yeah.
there you
Sorry,
go.
sorry to interrupt you, Josh. Go
That's a
ahead.
VHS.
All right, so
that's
you
old
saw
from
it-
my era.
Yeah.
So you saw
Damn.
it when you were 12-ish, right? And then Ryan, what was the second one? Like when you revisited?
Yeah, when you
now-
saw, like, what were your thoughts when you saw it? And then if you have any different thoughts,
I mean,
like rewatching it for the review.
So I probably first saw it, 12, 13-ish, and I probably resaw it again when I was probably, 19-ish. It was probably on TV again at some point. So like I saw it back then, and then seeing it now.
Sorry, just to interject real quick. I think that's also a great point about this movie. Literally can pick it up on TV at any time.
Oh,
Still
yeah.
fucking holds up.
It's
Go
a
ahead.
rewatch.
Yeah, no, it's
Go
not
ahead.
bad. It's rewatchable. Yeah, like it's not a bad movie, and like you said it with how the cinema did like the special effects and everything, and like
So dope.
yeah, I mean
It still
was,
holds
It was
up.
ahead of its time back
Yeah.
in '99. I
Yeah.
mean, it was great flick, and like how you put it perfectly with like the kung fu,
Yeah.
and I like. So since you guys told me I was gonna be here, so I kind of like actually watched it and took it.
Yeah,
serious.
I would
And,
hope
like,
you.
I love
would.
it.
Like,
Your homework.
when you
Yeah.
did when you just broke it down like that, it like it does like change your view, because how I was viewing it, I'm like, damn, like, because I completely recycled how like kid me saw it,
Sure.
right, and I went back to like black blank chalkboard.
When
how,
you're,
how I'm gonna see this.
When
you
you're
know?
a kid, it's more of just like an action movie. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, this is cool.
Right.
When you're
And-
older, you
yeah,
start to.
and like how I saw it, like this, I mean, it honestly just still kind of brought me back to being like a kid.
So
no,
it's
no
a
joke.
little
Like,
nostalgia. I
yeah,
like it.
like just seeing it, like, and I was like, damn, like I got into it, like I can definitely like relate to like what the characters feel, stuff like that. Like I'm like I don't know, I can feel that shit kind of thing. So like
All right,
when I
Bob.
get into something, it's pretty cool. Like it was a great film.
Yeah, I
argue with
definitely
it.
think so. Bobby, what do you got, man? When did you first
This,
see it?
I think I picked it up. This is going to like 7th, 8th grade, right around that time for me.
Shit, at least you weren't 5.
Yeah, I know. I'm an older cat here.
Younger cat, older cat.
At any rate, though, I thought, like you said, I think it was a groundbreaking movie in the different, filming methodologies employed. And you have Neo being Neo. Now we have John Wick. So, I mean, this really kind of lands me just loving him even more, because this kind of started, the process. As
So
it
it jumps though, because he kept the action vibe of him going.
and that
like,
same type of, yeah. So-
okay, so he didn't go because he didn't go to a drama or any other type of genre. You're saying you're liking this more because he's doing John Wick?
No, I just saying like the versatility of him, but he started like Matrix, if you will, it kind of has the same feel of a John Wick, because there's a lot of action. It has
Well,
that different style, a different type of filming that kind of coincides with one another. So it's like, he took a break, and now he's coming back as John Wick. Maybe that's his next,
Well, Keanu, if I may interject for
Go
a
for
second,
it.
He's always been like, maybe some people don't think of it. He's been an action star from Point Break to Speed, The Matrix, John Wick. He's always been one of those
Right.
guys who's just good at doing action.
Yep.
Yeah.
And definitely his work on The Matrix and the sequels definitely helped him out with the John Wick thing. He's already, used to putting in the work and doing all the moves. Like
He did a lot of training
They
for that
spent
too.
like for this
Yeah, I bet
movie,
he's
the
in really
actors
good
spent
shape.
like 4 to 6 months training kung fu, karate, all the different jiu-jitsu, all the different fighting styles.
He does a little Bruce Lee thing
Yeah.
too with in the simulation for the first training. Yeah.
Whoa, Joel, what about you, man?
Yeah, I was gonna. It's kind of echoing what Josh said. Is that like I saw when I was younger, it was pure action because at that time I was probably like, I don't know, 8, 9. Even maybe a couple of years later on TV, and it's just like pure action to begin with, and you're like, hell yeah. You watched it like later in your life. I feel like you just kind of have a different feeling of it, especially when you do appreciate those older movies. That's why I brought up Terminator, because you're like, oh, I do like this genre of kind of movies of like AI taking over and how do the humans survive. Like I do just like that kind of sci-fi specific story.
Plot points.
Yeah.
sure.
Just because there's so many good movies that I think do it.
Yeah, there's tons.
There's also movies that don't do it very well. Like I remember, weirdly enough, back in this nugget of my brain right here. There's this movie where like the cell phones and the toasters and everything turns like against the humans, and they.
What was that like?
I think it's called Small Soldiers.
Small
No,
soldiers.
you you disparaging motherfucker.
I like Small
Did-
Soldiers, but that
You
you
mu-
just
he think I
described
didn't.
it.
Yeah, Small
He thought
Soldiers is a
no,
great
no, no, no.
movie.
He thought I think I didn't know that fucking Small Soldiers was Small Soldiers. You son of a bitch.
I love Small Soldiers.
He's getting very animated. Being wrong so many times and describe.
I'm not wrong. I'm describing a completely different movie. He's
Can I
just a
spit you guys a
jackass.
question?
I
real
just like
quick?
to stir
What
the
is-
pot a little bit.
Is that
that's
the
all.
brave little toaster you describing?
No,
basically,
I'm
where
done.
I was gonna say the brave little toaster.
I'm
guy.
done.
Is that what you're describing? That cartoon?
Whoa! I'm sorry. Whoa.
I'm done with both. Ryan, next question.
I'm sorry.
Wait,
Go
I
ahead,
have.
go
All right,
ahead.
what's
Go ahead.
what
Can
you
I
got?
spit you guys
Yeah.
a question
Real
quick?
quick.
How would you guys like living in that? Like if that was like
Matrix? If the Matrix was real?
If AI actually took over.
I would be Joe Pantoliano. I would be
I think Joe
definitely
Pantoliano's
screwing
spot
over,
on.
screwing
yeah.
over the human race.
He's like, ignorance is
Put me back
ignorance is
under.
bliss.
Exactly. I'm good with it.
Yeah,
That's
if you don't
my-
know. Yeah.
if I'm the Matrix, I'm Joe Pantoliano
Yeah.
for sure.
All right.
Wait, what would you do?
I don't know.
Would you live in it? You try
I
and
mean,
be like this?
first of all, I'd be trapped in a little pod, so I don't know what the fuck's going on.
No,
No,
I'm
no,
saying, given the opportunity, if you could break loose from that,
Are you
would
taking the
rather
red pill,
break-
red pill or blue pill? That's a huge,
that's a
huge
big question. Yeah.
Shit.
Shot out of a cannon. 3, 2, 1.
Probably red pill.
There you go.
Red pill. I'm
mean,
blue. I'm blue.
I
Morpheus-
like chasing the rabbit.
Morpheus was so cool. Like, I would want to just
That was
hang
such
out
a-
with that guy.
I'd be like, you're so cool,
yeah,
dude.
man.
That was such a
Oh, we
wild
get to do
scene.
karate together. Dope.
Red pill.
Hold on, dude. They just kidnapped him. I mean, I guarantee he wasn't feeling all about Morpheus quite out of the gate.
No,
or
he
his crew.
voluntarily met them. He said,
No, he had a thing going on in his brain of like he has this idea that this is not real. Like, do you have the
a
feeling?
splinter in your mind.
Do you have the feeling though that you're just still in a dream state? You're like, so
Yeah.
Okay, Ryan. Next.
I just had a couple of bullet points just about the Matrix. There's some facts so we could just establish. So, like you went over with Inception, Woj.
yeah, go for it.
Okay, so basically, Morpheus describes the Matrix as a neurological, interactive simulation, computer-generated dream world created by AI built to keep humans under control. So AI can change humans into a power source, a battery for them. A couple other things like the construct is the loading program they use, Morpheus and the crew, to train or work on with weapons or jumping or fighting, whatever that shit is. When you're in the Matrix, you need a hard line to leave.
Why is that? That's one of my points. We'll
You need a
discuss
hard,
it now.
why you need a hard line to
Why
leave?
do you need a hard line?
Hold on, we'll get to it.
No. We just got to discuss it. It's 2
we'll do it.
seconds.
Okay.
2
Okay,
seconds. Why? Why do you think?
I don't know.
It's not explained, right?
They just established that the hard line is important. You can't use a cell phone. I don't know why. Why, I don't.
Does
know
it
why.
make any sense? Is it just of the time?
Well, hold on. There's different frequencies that go into a.
Well, I think
a
plot.
cellular-
I think plot wise, it makes it more exciting when you have to run to a phone that you have
Right.
to get to in time.
Almost like a terminal, if you will. You have to go back to the
And
terminal.
that was on the down of hard lines. Like if you think about it, landline phones.
Yeah,
That
99,
was on
yeah.
the downslope of them.
Yeah,
'cause,
after
look
Y2K.
at the world.
yeah.
Okay, so I think it's just maybe a comment on the time of like hard lines are now
It's
in
probably something
this
like that.
apocalyptic era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. It was a 2-second question.
No, that's a
And
good
we
question. I honestly never thought
You
about
made us
it.
think.
Answered it sufficiently.
So your residual self is the version you see of yourself when you're in the Matrix. When you're in like the actual real world, you're like you have like those things in the back of your head and on your arms, but in the real world you have like your hair and your
Your hair
clothing,
done up,
whatever
right,
you
yeah,
like.
how you self-perceive. Yeah.
Right. Deja vu is a glitch in the Matrix. It means that something has been changed or altered.
Okay.
It's like that one scene they changed the building schematics.
with the cats.
A lot of people, I know, as I say, a lot of
Yep.
people still go and say that, like, oh, deja vu, it's a glitch in the Matrix. Like, I know I've said that.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
What else? In the
Well,
Matrix.
that is a quotable line. I'll give you that one.
In the Matrix, like Neo and the crew and them, they're able to like varying degrees bend the rules of gravity or time, speed, such as like jumping higher, further, faster. You know, if you die in the Matrix, you die in real life.
Can't survive without a brain.
Yep.
Right.
And then to like, they can when you're in the Matrix, if you want to like fly a helicopter or do whatever, they can download that into your head and instantly you know how to do
Right.
that skill. I think that was pretty cool too.
That was dope. Easily dopest part.
And that's also how they learn how to do. I said like karate, jujitsu, kung fu, all that shit.
They also have a program. It's called Drunken Boxer.
I saw that.
Drunken
Yeah, I saw
boxing
that
is a
too.
real
What?
fighting style.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is. So basically,
I feel like I'd be great at it.
well, it is. It's basically being off-centered, but still being, you know, you almost lure them in close to you, and then you catch them. You know,
I don't know.
they kind of, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Bobby.
go for it.
I don't know if you guys noticed too, like the Matrix, the world of the Matrix kind of has like a green tint when you're in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did notice
to
that.
distinguish
Yep.
it between that and the real world. I thought
Which
that
was, yeah,
that
more of a
was-
darker.
It's a computer system,
Yeah.
basically. It's weird.
So what else? So yeah, Neo is supposed to be, or he is the one, which is like the guy, as Morpheus explained, who started. It was born in the Matrix, and it would be the one prophesized to figure out how to basically like bring the human race back to form or civilization, kind of thing. Like
Take down the AI.
take down the AI, yeah, essentially. Okay, and then there, all the people in the crew are part of the Nebuchadnezzar, and they have different jobs. Like Morpheus is the captain, Trinity, you know, Cypher, all of them. And a last thing, what are agents? Agents are like AI, or they're sentients living in the Matrix, working as government agents to find and capture unplugged humans. And to
They're sentinels, essentially. If something
Yeah.
is a little bit off, they'll come,
Yeah.
take care of the problem, and then, you know, continue
So-
the path.
yeah, that's all I got on that. Is there any other questions, Woj, or anybody? Any top anything? Like,
No. Let's get into the.
All right, so let's go to favorite
question
scenes.
lines.
Favorite scenes.
There you go.
Let's start with Bobby.
Um,
Pick me one or two.
Okay, favorite scene. I loved the training within the dojo with Morpheus.
hell yeah,
I
Morpheus.
think, I mean, that alone, and then not so much the guns. Like, I need guns. That was really cool seeing those shelves just come flying out of
Yeah.
nothingness. But that subsequent scene where they go through the metal detector, and he's like, "Holy
Yes.
shit!"
Yeah.
You know?
That's probably my favorite. It's
That's
so
great.
cool. All the flips and the slow mo. I love all the different guns they have. Like, just have like 10 different kinds, and they, as soon as the ammo's done, they just drop them. Like, I don't give a
Yeah,
shit.
they drop and
Fucking-
just go.
Well, it's like it's like a dream kind of state. So you can like that's how you would go into that bitch and be like hooked up. So I love the just in that real quick with like the way that he reloads in that is all, or maybe it's Trinity, but somebody in that is like reloading off their body, right?
Yeah,
And just like
Oh yeah, that was so cool.
it's a fucking just a dope scene.
it's so good.
Bobby, was those all of yours?
Those are the two main ones. You said your favorite scene or two.
Yeah, I get
so.
one or two.
Okay, I will go with when eventually Morpheus is trapped,
Okay.
but when they
Helicopter.
all go into the Matrix, there's this like
The camera is spinning around.
it's a swivel of like
and the
each
music-
person,
Oh,
and then
yeah,
it
yeah.
spins on all of them.
Yeah.
They're all like, "What's up, bitch?"
yeah, and then it's like bum, 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 bum.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then-
that transition.
Which I never knew any of the. I didn't even bother to look them up. They're all like more like beats and shit. It's
They're like
not,
it's a lot of club like at the time music.
it's not any song that it was like I could identify of like, oh yeah, that's this song. But those type of scenes when they did that, and I would also just put in the the Agent Smith, hallway scene when these fucking lining up to them, and then it's just
The
very
ending scene.
very end of the movie,
Yeah.
which is cliche. I get it. Everybody's usual favorite scene's like, oh, that scene at the end, but
like the one-on-one with Neo. You're saying?
The one-on-one at the end where
The-
he
Yeah,
gets shot a
finally
bunch, but
Yeah.
then pops
bullets,
back
yeah.
up.
in the hallway, it's one against the I
In the
believe
subway.
three.
Yeah.
No,
he's saying
no.
the one-on-one at the
Hallway.
end where he just
No,
got
no.
shot from the 50
Oh, I'm
cal.
sorry. When he stops the
And-
bullets.
Stops
Right.
the
Yeah.
bullets.
Okay, and he figures out he's the one.
Drops it. Goes in.
I'm sorry, guys. My
fucking
bad. My
double
bad.
swivel.
Yeah, that's dope scene. He's
or
like,
whatever.
no, and he does like the one-handed fighting against him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really fun.
It's again, it's cliche, but again, it's one of
No,
those
it's
scenes I was
sick.
like,
The
this
subway scene is
fire.
okay. Sorry, go ahead. Why don't you?
Oh, you want me to go or you want
No,
Josh
no,
to go?
let's-
Josh.
Should be up and say, yeah.
Well, honestly, since you guys were talking about different scenes, the one on the highway with the two invisible dudes that turn invisible and then pop and appear and out of nowhere.
That's Reloaded.
That's in
yeah,
the second
man,
one.
those guys. I mean, that scene on the highway when they're
We're
chasing
sticking
him
with
down.
Yeah.
the original though. The first.
I
one.
know. Okay, so
Oh,
Josh
dang,
did a
dang,
little
my
bit.
bad.
It's all good,
without,
dude.
but without explaining,
Oh.
Josh did a
That
little
scene is
bit.
fucking dope, though.
Yeah,
Hold on.
It is.
Josh did a little bit more homework. He watched the
Yeah.
entire trilogy.
I'm
I got
I'm
stuck.
actually happy that he liked it so much he continued on.
I
That's
mean, no,
cool.
dude,
Yeah,
that's
my bad.
That's but
You're
we'll keep
good.
it to that. We will do the Matrix Reload and the Revolutions
Yeah.
eventually because we gotta. You
We'll
just
finish
gotta
it
do
off,
it. You
yeah.
gotta do it. But in any
Just for
scenes
the
in the
original, though.
Matrix, though, the first one that like really stand out, or anything that we've already said.
Yeah, you kind of already touched based on
The
it.
big
I'm gonna
action scenes
repeat
are dope.
Woj
Like,
on
that's
that.
what-
yeah.
Okay.
The scene at the end. I mean, yeah.
No one.
And then-
I'm curious on yours. I have an idea of what yours might be.
Okay. Well, I definitely had the lobby shootout as one of them, as my top three.
Yeah.
And also, I'd have Neo getting the phone in the office, navigating
Yeah.
with Morpheus telling him where to go,
Solid one,
avoiding
solid
the agents and the cops, having to go down the scaffolding, and him dropping the phone and just like
Yep.
zooming out. That was really cool. And then, of course, the ending, the one-on-one with Agent Smith, kind of like a Western, the way they shoot it, where they're both like, that their hands down, and they go bullets diving at each other. It's slow-mo, and then they do the one-on-one fighting, and the music is that's also what I have for my favorite use of score too. The music in that just really revs up, where it's like bum, 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 the horns.
Are
and
we
the,
jumping to?
No, I just
music?
happen to
Okay.
just intersect with it. I just
I'm
thought
ready.
I would just
I'm
mention
ready
it.
to
It's
rock.
fine.
So either way.
And then if I had to go one more, oh yeah, also I say with that scene with it going one-on-one, I love Morpheus going, he's beginning to believe, and then he kind of just sets the tone with that whole scene. I thought that was really good. And then of course on the roof when he does the iconic bullet time dodging, going flat. I never seen a move like them. How did you do that? Or wasn't that good? I got hit or whatever.
Still got
Yeah,
hit.
it's iconic. That's an iconic scene. I would say. You
I think we otherwise nailed it pretty much. Those are.
I
all
really
awesome.
thought one of your scenes was going to be the one where he's sitting in that busted leather chair in front of the TV when he takes a red pill.
Oh,
Just kind of.
I did have that as an important scene with the whole down the
I just
rabbit
thought that'd
hole.
be one of your top ones because it is kind of just trippy in the sense and kind of just
Oh, for
like
sure.
out there. So
For sure. It's on the list, but
The explanation, or when he actually takes the pill.
when he's sitting in front of I guess maybe prior to taking the pill, that's sitting in front of that television where he just kind of like finds himself.
See, I'm just gonna throw one quick one in. When he's getting the explanation of what's happening, and Morpheus is showing him like,
in the
this
construct.
is what
yeah.
this is, and then he's
Yeah.
like jumping over to this. This is how it's apocalyptic and all this shit.
That was really
That was
good.
dope. I mean, sorry.
Also, when
When
he
you like the scene when he got
All right, we
released,
explained the
though,
whole movie,
when he gets
so,
released out of the pod and he takes it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
I had
nasty.
I had a
but
note
it
on.
is pretty.
I had a
pretty,
note
like,
on that.
cool.
I said it looked fun, like a water slide. It looked pretty
Yeah.
fun. I don't know.
The
Fun
slide
my
nice,
ass.
but like
Yeah.
when he got out and he's like,
Yeah. And all of them pop. I was like, dunk, 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 dunk,
Yeah,
dunk.
Dude, you
right.
just got
Freaking-
birthed out of an
Then
amniotic sac.
sucked
Fuck
right out of
that.
there.
Yeah, and your muscles are atrophied.
Yeah.
He was
All right, we gotta-
drowning.
we gotta
yeah.
move
But
on
then
to the next
Okay.
one, man.
When he's even in the water and the claw grabs him out. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's just pretty cool.
That's cool.
The
All right,
claw.
next I had quotes. I had quotes.
Playing a vending machine.
Woj, start us off.
All right, I got a couple quick ones here. Very first scene, pretty much, maybe like 2 scenes in, but excuse me, anticipation.
Easy along came Polly.
All right, Mr. That's a good quote. That's a good reference. When Mr. Anderson is getting caught and he's in the interrogation room and he's like,
Oh yeah.
"How about I give you the finger,
Yeah. And you give me my.
and you give me my phone call?"
I had that too.
It's just a quick one, but I was telling you kind of earlier, like the ones like Agent Smith's speech when he's talking with Morpheus. A lot of the Morpheus lines, I'm like, I love them.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily quote them though on a daily basis, or the Smith ones to me are like more monologue-ish and they're like more drawn out. So I'm like, I would never pull this out just in like a random thing and they'd be like, Morpheus, right? I mean, no,
Sure.
you'd never guess that. But those are my quick ones. I didn't really have too
Okay.
much there.
Josh, do you have any quotes you'd like to throw out from memory?
Honestly, that one was probably my best one too, just because, like he said, though, you're gonna use, you use that. So it was like that's the one that made me laugh. You know,
For sure.
Like, the whole movie doesn't make you laugh, but that line does.
Yeah,
It stands out.
There's only like few kind of funny ones. The most are more, and then the other ones are
more
kind of
serious.
Serious.
I mean, Joe Pantoliano has a couple.
Yeah, they're not bad.
He's like, oh, you want a drink? It's like, what?
Yeah, this
They're
is
like
used
a
as like
pussy-
paint thinner,
Yeah,
or,
paint thinner, stuff
or
like
something
that,
like
yeah.
that.
The one he has.
Or degreasing engine.
It means buckle your seatbelt, Dorothy, because Kansas is going bye-bye.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I
that's a
have
good
two
one.
that come to mind.
Shit, dude. Sorry, just to go back real
Go.
quick to one scene. When Joe Pantoliano is going to each of them as he's pulling the plug on them.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he's
Doing
just
them
like,
dirty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a vicious scene, but I'm like, that's a great fucking scene. Sorry, go on.
Great bad
Fast
guy.
forward.
Mine,
Go ahead.
my two quotes.
Two
is,
quotes.
Only human. Dodge this. So
Yes.
that's on one of mine.
That's one of the funny ones I like.
and then
too, yeah.
one that's more provocative, which isn't funny or anything. You think that's area breathing, and then he kind of
Yeah.
raises his eyebrows.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
I had a funny one I like when the cop goes, "Don't give me that juris my diction crap."
Oh, yeah.
That one was funny, I thought. And then, of course, the whole thing with you take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed
Right.
and believe whatever you want to believe. Take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland.
Sure.
And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. That was a good one. I think another funny one, Keanu, just the way he talks, like, I know kung fu. Like the way he says shit. You
Yeah.
know?
Some of his one-liners. You know.
Yeah.
I get it.
He's not a dramatic, a serious dramatic actor to
And
me.
two quick ones.
action actor.
I had,
Yeah, he's an action actor.
like I said, he's beginning to believe. I love that one. And then he says, Mr. Anderson, he says, my name is Neo. And he fucking shoves him up through the subway roof. I thought that was dope. Okay, cool. Let's move on to the next one. Who gave your favorite performance in the movie? Which character or actor was your favorite? Let's start with Bobby.
Mr. Smith. Agent Smith.
Hell yeah.
What is the actor's
Hugo
name?
Weaving.
I really thought he portrayed the best type of whatever his character is intended to be, because like you said, they're program sentinels essentially. They clean up the program, decode where they need to. So just
He's great.
I loved the interrogation. I loved everything about his character in this movie. And we all love Neo and Lawrence Fishburne, all the same Morpheus, but yeah, Agent Smith for me.
Great choice.
I mean, I'm just gonna say, aside from Keanu, as like Neo to me is like the guy who's like this game drives the movie, but also like he has to be good in some aspect. You have to like him, otherwise you fucking hate the movie. And I liked him in the action when he's doing action, or he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna fuck you up right now."
Well, yeah. And he's really doing it too, like putting in the work.
You know that as a
Yeah.
secondary part of
Right.
it. That's great. If we're saying somebody besides Keanu, I gotta go Morpheus. I mean, I haven't really Lawrence
Fishburne.
I haven't really
Incredible.
seen a type of person play that role
Yeah.
in that way ever.
Was he in John Wick too, or?
I don't.
Yes, he was.
So isn't this kind of funny that
Yeah.
they're both kind of
Yeah.
How about you, Josh?
See, I'm a bad guy fan.
Agent Smith?
No, the guy. Bobby kind of put it perfectly. It's kind of like the best bad guy, even though it's kind of not the bad
Cypher?
guy.
Cypher, yeah.
Cypher,
Yeah,
Joe
Joey
He's like, hey,
Pants.
put me back in. I want to be rich. I get
Yeah,
it, man.
like
He's great.
I mean,
Plays a great villain. Great
yeah,
villain.
like out of nowhere, the surprising villain, like, and he's like the sneaky one.
He really
that's, like in the shadows that comes out later on, and it's like you kind of have that vibe about him in the beginning of the
Yeah.
movie, like when you first like meet the crew,
Yeah.
and then you're like, okay, that guy's up to something, and then it's like, oh shit, this guy's up to something.
And he's really too like one of the only characters with like personality, where he kind of stirs the drink. I think like like everybody else is very monotone or stoic.
Yeah.
Like Morpheus or Agent Smith or Neo.
Yeah.
Comedic relief.
Right, and he's the only one who seems like a real dude, and he's still like
Yeah.
funny.
Oh,
and-
could we all agree? No offense, like when he was, that whole scene where he was unplugging everyone, but I understand why he's pissed. He's like, I've been eating this
Sure.
gruel for,
Ever, yeah.
He was
Like,
sold a bag of,
He
Uh,
lied.
what the
He
crew does.
they-
Bag of
You learn
lies.
what
He
the crew
says,
does.
yeah, he lied to
Yeah.
me.
like I said, and
they would have told him to
I
shove that
totally,
red
it's
pill
not,
up his ass.
I know exactly. I get that he's a bad guy, but I don't consider him a bad guy because, man, I guess maybe living that lie is better than trying to deal with the reality. I don't know.
Yeah, but he did fuck over people.
I mean,
Yeah.
again, we already mentioned before that we would definitely take the blue pill and be like, hey, we're good.
Yeah.
Or if we were in Cypher's position, we would murder everybody. So.
I'd take the red pill.
Yeah.
I'd just chase the red.
Well,
know,
yeah,
I
I would
like
take the
you.
red pill, and if he's like, "Hey, man, you're not the one. You're fucking sixth lead or some shit," I'd be like,
Oh yeah,
"Fuck
when the
you."
Oracle basically says,
Yeah.
that's a fantastic scene. I hope we talk
Yeah.
about that a little bit.
I went with, for me, I
Yeah.
think I went with Morpheus. I think he's just it's hard to see the movie without him.
Right, yeah.
He's so good
Yeah,
and
he
like
is
just
good.
like believable as this guy who's like this mystical leader, but you believe he's been through it and he has your best interests, and like I think Lawrence Fishburne definitely one of his best, probably his best role.
You know what Morpheus
One
means?
of, if not best.
I mean,
He's
you got
done some good stuff.
Boys in the
80s.
Hood, you got
Yeah,
that.
he got some
No,
good
but
stuff in the
Morpheus,
80s.
do you know what that means? A lot of this movie has a lot of
for
symbolism
sure.
and
Well, Neo, if you unscramble, it's one.
exactly. But Neo itself, in translation, is like
Yeah.
one or above or something
Yeah.
like that. So Morpheus is the god of dreams or dreamlike states. So
Right,
it's
that
like
makes sense.
a lot of the use of names like Nebuchadnezzar,
Yeah.
Trinity. I mean, that's
I
biblical.
mean, you also butchered Nebuchadnezzar in our group chat.
Oh,
just
I
so
know.
you
I corrected it on my new notes. On the
Okay.
original ones, I fucked
But
it
there,
up.
there was a lot of symbolism, and even that book that he put that floppy disk in, it was I paused it, I wrote it down.
Oh, yeah,
but
it was one of the AI.
It's all about like symbolism,
Yeah.
or, like stuff like that. It was
Nice.
yeah.
Hell
on
yeah.
a different level,
Yep,
Bobby is.
So I had next recasting couch and casting what ifs. I'm just gonna give you the casting what ifs first, and then we'll go with maybe recasting if you want to
Go
do that.
for it.
So Neo, Nicolas Cage was offered, Will Smith, Brad Pitt, and Val Kilmer all offered the role. All turned it down. The Wachowskis wanted Johnny Depp, but the studio wanted Keanu. They went with Keanu. I think it was a good decision in the end. Morpheus, Gary Oldman, and Samuel L. Jackson were both offered it. I think Samuel L. Jackson would be ridiculous.
No, yeah.
I can see Gary Oldman.
Well, back in '99.
Well, I know, but just keep that shit like,
no, it's just
do you believe me, motherfucker? This is
Yeah,
the
I know.
Matrix. Like,
I
know.
don't think he'd be that type of tone to the role that was required.
I mean, I love Samuel Jackson, but I just think not for that
Oh,
role.
everyone loves him.
Trinity, Janet Jackson was offered the role, but she turned it down.
Boo.
Yeah, thank God. And then Agent Smith,
God.
Jean Reno from The Professional.
Yeah,
and
I mean, he's good in
he
anything.
was
He would have been good.
He was offered the role for Agent Smith, but he declined because he was unwilling to move to Australia for production and filming
what a
of
cunt.
the movie.
All right.
Damn, it was
So,
in
any
Australia.
recastings, or you like any of those choices maybe as an alternate movie? I think it's casted fucking awesome. I don't think
Casted well.
Yeah.
If I had to choose, maybe swapping somebody out, maybe either Tank or I'm forgetting the brother's
Dozer.
name.
Dozer?
Dozer.
I think somebody in
I
that,
like Tank and Dozer. Mouse is forgettable.
Yeah,
I
I think
don't-
Tank was good.
But I'm just saying we could have recasted one of those guys into
Yeah.
somebody and then do a fight scene there of him just whooping Joe Pantoliano's
Yeah.
ass.
I think
Killing
Keanu was perfect, honestly, because
Yeah.
he's
None
got
of the people that you said I would
Yeah.
recast, especially not Janet Jackson.
No.
Go fuck a goat.
I don't know that was a true story. I mean, the research for sure.
calm
All right,
it
let's
down,
go next
scientist.
one. Either your favorite needle drop or your favorite use scene with the score, like use of score in a scene. Anything that comes to
Wait,
mind.
sorry, did we skip Josh on the recasting?
Oh, I'm sorry, Josh. Did you have
no.
recasting? I thought he was good.
No,
So-
I'm
okay.
good.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah,
Sorry,
we're
maybe.
rolling.
Maybe
I
I
can
missed-
see Nicolas Cage doing okay. I'm just saying that.
Okay.
As an action, I more action than drama for sure.
Right.
Nicolas Cage. I
Whoa,
agree.
whoa, did you got any either songs or your favorite use of score scenes with the score?
Yeah, favorite use of score / scenes is probably just any time that they did some of these more alternative type of sounds of like I can just think of when they
like a specific.
going into the Matrix, out of the Matrix, when they have the phone
The spinning
dial
shot.
up,
Yeah.
but the dial
dial-up
up
sound,
tone,
yeah.
Yeah.
and it's like distorted. Love that. I also love when Neo, I believe after he comes out of the, he's dead. He comes back to life.
Yes.
And then he stops the bullets. It does like I can't even really describe it. It's some sort of weird sound that just like
It sounds like Triumph, essentially.
but then it shows
Calming.
it just like it's like a pulsing thing. It's
Yeah.
like-
Right.
Oh yeah. Vroom, vroom, yeah.
and right there you were like, oh fuck.
Like when he bends, the fucking
bends
shit.
the framing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Right.
it's more like those two things when they use them. I was like, even as like a young kid or as an old person, you
Yeah.
know, you see that you go,
The use
Oh,
of sound
you-
effects and scores.
you
definitely,
feel
yeah.
a certain way. You're like, oh shit,
Yeah,
this
you
is
definitely
crazy.
get into it.
How about you, Josh? Any particular scene you liked the score, or the song maybe? Anything come to mind for you?
The Morpheus scene, we Honestly, when he was sitting in that chair sweating, and
with he's
when
he's
they're trying
fucking
to
getting
rescue him.
interrogated.
Oh hell
he's
yeah,
getting
that's really
interrogated.
good.
and
Yeah.
he was sitting there sweating, and I mean, they really did that one up well. And Agent Smith being in his
Yeah.
face, and like we were talking earlier about
Yeah.
how he can he was describing what humans are,
And
the AI,
it's got, like, an
smelling
intense-
Yes.
their
It's got, like,
flesh
an-
and how
yes.
it's all nasty,
Like an
and
intense thing going through the background
Yeah.
of that shit
Yes.
too,
gives
though.
him that serum and stuff, and he's just
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
just sweating it out, sweating
Yeah.
it out, sweating it out, and then boom.
That
there's
scene,
the helicopter.
that scene too, like shortly after that, when they bust him out, and it really cranks up like dun dun dun
Yeah.
dun dun
'Cause
dun.
the helicopter
And he busts
comes,
the
yeah.
handcuffs, and really like, oh shit, man, like I'm into it, you know.
Yep.
Slow mo that helicopter scene is
Yeah.
dope too.
How
All
about
right,
you,
sorry.
Bobby?
Kind of the Wild West standoff scene where everything kind of
Yes,
got quiet in
yes.
the subway area. Like, call that more of a
Yes, that was
low key, score, but it set the stage
That
of
was-
what was about to
that
happen.
was, that was my choice.
High noon.
That was
I
my
agree.
choice as well for the score. And if I didn't pick that one, I like when they're doing the one-on-one in the dojo, and it's like bum, 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 bum. It's
Yeah,
like
Dojo
really-
seems dope with the.
And then
music.
Fred to pick a song, I think you either go with Dragula from Rob Zombie, and when they're in the club, meets Trinity in the beginning.
Oh yeah. Great.
And the ending song of Rage Against the Machine, the end credits. I like that a lot.
Oh yeah. What was the
end
track of
credits?
that one?
Oh, well, I don't know what it's
Maggie's
called.
Farm or something
I'm
like
sorry.
that?
Like when he's like,
Yeah, when he's flying
he's
off.
like, yeah, I leave you the choice, and he hangs up the payphone. It's like, banana.
I forget what
Oh
the name
yeah,
of the
yeah.
track
Okay,
is
now
now.
I know what you're talking
I don't know the
about,
name of the
but-
song. Sorry, I should have wrote it down.
I mean, dude, you were so prepared for so much other shit, and you don't get that.
I did. Well, I did go through like 3 drafts of notes.
I mean, come on, man. The
I
door-
like it though. No, he's passionate about his movies.
The door's over there. You forget the song on that one? Come on, man. What is this, amateur hour?
I thought someone was gonna say it instead. Honestly, I thought I was gonna have to go with.
I know that
scores.
it's Rage, but I'm same. I can't
Yeah.
put my name on. Put a finger on.
I
the
got
name.
Dragula. All right, leave me alone.
All right, what's
Most cinematic shot. Let's go down the line. Josh, you start us off. You have any favorite like shot in the movie, like where like if you pause, you're like, oh man, that's a dope shot, or like maybe like the bullet time thing, or when the
Honestly,
camera does something cool,
when
like
he goes in him and
Yes.
his skin's bubbling.
yes,
And,
it's
his
like-
face about
yeah.
to split right there.
All
When
right.
His face splits.
All right, nice.
Agent Smith.
Hell yeah, Bobby.
Mine is the touching the mirror scene. I think that was really cool because I'm not sure exactly how you'd be able to do that because that's like I think pre CGI, but him basically turning into that like silver liquid.
Yes.
It's right. It's right at the corner when they started to use CGI, like a lot.
So, but I thought that was pretty badass because, like you said, it had that a phone off the hook tone as he's like
Yeah,
going
the
down his
dial
throat.
tone.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with the dodging the bullets on the roof.
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
that stuff.
Iconic.
When you saw it, dude, you were like, "What in the fuck is happening?"
Absolutely. I'm gonna go with the helicopter crashing to the side of the building,
For the wave.
and the
Oh
wave.
yeah,
The
yeah,
wave,
it's dope.
yeah.
And also, I like the shot at, like Bobby said, of the gun racks flying by them in the construct.
That was cool.
That's a
that
memorable
was.
scene.
I need guns.
I need
Lots of guns.
Lots of guns.
All right. What was your guys' favorite scene, stealing location, or location in the movie? Like, example, like the dojo or the ship, the Nebuchadnezzar, the Neo's office. There's tons of the
There's a lot of
subway
different
station.
scenes, yeah.
Which
I'm subway station for me.
okay,
It's-
Bobby.
it's pretty
I kind
impressive.
of dig the heavy metal like club scene. I thought that was it kind of gave you that feel of like 90s. you know,
Yes.
so it's just I don't know.
How about you, Josh?
Probably when they walk in to go try and save Morpheus. Walk
Oh,
in
in
that
the
building
lobby-
Nice.
with
lobby
the
scene.
lobby
metal
scene.
detector
Yes.
goes off.
Yes.
Yeah.
His jacket
Good.
open.
And he's
Good.
like, oh shit.
Good choice. I either have Neo's office. I like that scene a lot, or I like the building with the black and white checkerboard tile that they're in, and they change the plans in. And
Oh right, when things
And the
yeah.
camera
Yeah.
like spins around. I thought that was a cool location. All right, now time for the spin-off, prequel, sequel category. Which character thing from the movie would you want to spin off or make a prequel or sequel? Anything, or like a TV show maybe?
Yeah, I got it. Young Morpheus.
Excellent. I had something similar to that.
In there, Neo is saying, not Neo, but Agent Smith is saying this is the #1 most feared terrorist in the world.
Yes.
So he's viewed as this terrorist. So the whatever.
You want to see what Morpheus is like in the Matrix.
I want to see what Morpheus has done to get that title.
Right, like actual in the Matrix, like
Right.
yeah.
Being stuff like, hey, does he go and take an aircraft carrier and like fucking
Yeah, bomb places
I don't
or
know.
something.
Yeah, is he actually doing that? Is it a narrative set up by
Yeah.
Agent
Are
Smith?
they going like missions to like rob places or infiltrate?
But
building?
even either that or like even stuff in the quote unquote real world where they're in the
like
Nebuchadnezzar.
what the crew of the Nebuchadnezzar.
What did they do getting into that?
Nice.
They-
I actually had a similar thing. I'm just gonna just say because
Go
it's
ahead.
kind of so close to what you had. I had a prequel about the man who was born in the Matrix, the first one, the one who freed the first humans and showed Morpheus the
Hell
truth
yeah.
and the others.
That'd be dope. Yeah.
So it'd be like a young Morpheus along with that, but he's a big part of the movie, I thought. And then kind of about how Morpheus was freed from the Matrix, his learning about the Matrix, becoming the captain, like you said, like all.
I
those
am the
things.
captain now.
Yeah.
My spinoffs, I got one of two. I would love to know how the Oracle became the Oracle.
Okay.
Maybe a quick. I wouldn't think it'd be a full movie, but
Do you think that would be just like a drama though?
Well, they kind of talk about what she's in the sequels. Josh saw them. They say that she's like a computer programmer or something. Or,
Yeah, if you want me
she's
to tell you what
she's
she
an
is,
AI.
I can.
No, I didn't get into this. I think I've seen the second one, but possibly the third. So a little bit of the Oracle, but then I wanted to know. I guess call it a prequel, but Cypher.
Yes.
I would like to kind of
Yes.
know a little bit
Yeah.
about maybe before
Like
they
the
first
crew-
up
like the
Neo.
crew
yeah.
First
of the
9 years.
Nebuchadnezzar.
First 9
Exactly,
years.
a
I
little
was
bit,
thinking
yeah.
like,
And that's the name of the fucking show.
The
9
Nebuchadnezzar?
Years. 9
yeah,
years.
like the crew of the Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah,
That's
that'd be
what I
cool.
was thinking.
That's cool. That's a
That'd
good
be cool.
idea.
I like
Talking
that.
about
Yeah.
that.
That's a good idea.
I got one additional one. Of,
Okay.
in the Oracle's office or apartment or whatever, they say these are the other potentials.
Yeah, what for?
These are people
Potential ones. The ones.
potential the ones,
Yeah.
but they got to be doing some shit. Where
Well,
are they at? doing-
Again, the sequels kind of talk about this too.
I haven't seen the sequel.
I haven't seen it, but I
since
watched
came
it. I
out.
watched some video on a retrospect, and they kind of talked about it. Where this apparently is like the 5th or 7th time that this has happened, where they've had a fourth. I'm sorry. Okay, see,
God, why don't
he-
you listen to the expert?
he just
here?
watched it. I should have asked him. Yeah, dude.
Dumbass.
This happens like 4 times. This has happened 4 times. So when Neo, at the end of the third one, he meets.
Okay.
So he goes and gets.
He's the architect. I
Yeah,
believe.
he sees the architect, which is like the head of the AI, basically in the real world, and then like he tells him the truth, like this is you've seen me, and he has all these TVs around him, and it's his recording of what his responses were to the same questions that the guys
a million different times. Gotcha.
Yes, and then like finally Neo's like understands it, like finally gets it, adapts.
So this is the fourth generation
Yes.
of it. Okay, so yeah, I'm just thinking though, like even the other
I don't
potentials.
prefer that story element. I like to think of it as the first time, but it's,
Well, I
get
literally
it.
until
I mean, I watched the second and third
Yeah.
just for shits and giggles.
until
and-
you said that, I
yeah.
literally didn't
Yeah.
realize that. All right, Ryan, what do you got next?
all right. Next, we got the what's missing or the picky nits. What do you want more of, or how could you make the movie better? What did you not like or like, kind of thing.
Already went over mine, so we're all good.
I wish that they would have dove into what were the other two characters, the one with the woman with the whitish hair and then her counterpart. I just
Switch.
Switch.
and
APOC?
what's- APOC.
APOC.
I just wish that they had one more scene that maybe did a little
they were
more
kinda cool.
character development because they seemed like really like interesting.
They were
you know,
badasses.
They're
dude.
badasses, but you saw them on screen or like talking. only
They're
a
all like
little
really
bit.
loyal to each
Yeah.
other. It seemed,
Yeah.
for sure. How about you, Josh?
I
Anything-
think I've already said everything I can. Yeah.
I had a few. to
What
jot
you got?
down. Why didn't the agents take charge and morph into the cop's body the first time to arrest Trinity in the beginning? Like, why'd they wait so long? Like, initially when they bust the door down, they like,
Underestimation.
Or when even in that building when you bust through the metal detector, why
Yeah.
didn't they?
But
change
hold on,
it
Right.
in
the
there?
reality is they wanted to get to Morpheus. If you just arrest all of his peons, guess what? He's going to go into hiding.
this one I don't understand how it works.
I
So,
agree with that logic.
like getting getting Neo or anybody reborn from the pods, like in the ocean or whatever. How do they get them? Like, do they hack the machines to
I have a thought.
to release them, and then how do they actually scoop them up without being seen by any of the robots or anything in time? I thought that was
Okay, so just a logic gap there. Okay.
I have a thought that they are seeing that this. They do have some sort of computer algorithm to locate this person and unleash him, but the AIs like don't see that as a threat. They just go, "Hey, this has a malfunction."
Right, it's like
whatever.
getting rid of a battery.
Okay.
That's just my general throwaway.
Two more really
I
quick
get that.
ones. Really quick ones.
Really quick.
How does Cypher put himself in and out of the Matrix without anyone knowing or helping him? Don't you need a guy to like unhook you and
He did get unhooked.
by himself. When he meets the Agent Smith in the Matrix, how is he doing that without anybody knowing?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh, that
Yeah.
is. You're right. He did. When
I
he
don't
went
know.
with-
I'm just saying, like, is there a way? Like, because you have to, someone has to hook you up and push.
Wait,
the
but
button.
did he meet with Agent
Yeah.
Smith while they were back in there while he went to see the Oracle?
I mean, Agent Smith can maybe zoom you back out, maybe, I guess, but I don't know.
You're right. There was a gap there.
It's yeah,
There was
you're
a
you're
huge
absolutely
gap
right.
there.
And how did, I mean, this is kind of a reference to the movie. How did Neo, like, shoot that minigun and not hit Morpheus one time on the helicopter
yeah.
and hit all the agents? They're
Yeah.
all spread in, like, evenly out. It's not like they're on one side of the room and he's on the other. They were all together and he didn't
Yeah.
hit him at all.
We gotta. I just want to make a quick.
With
This
a
is
Gatling
the
gun.
Journeyman Lounge exclusive here. I gotta make some sort of cartoonish shit to pull up here because shooting in movies is just awful.
For
we know
sure.
it all the time, but we got to throw something up there to say, hey,
Shooting in movies.
Yeah, something like that.
Wasn't it with Arnold with Predator? One of them, he just had unlimited bullets. you
Yeah.
know?
I just want to say that because we mentioned it in every action movie of like, come on, what the fuck?
I'll at least give this to John Wick. He reloads. Like, he uses the guns
Yeah.
exactly to their capacity.
All right.
For what it's worth.
Let's see, like, best double feature. What would you want to pair this movie with? What other movie or thing?
Yeah, I don't know what you mean by
So
this.
like, I had
what's
like
a
the
double
Terminator. You know, because like AI, you could have like
Okay, then
Ex Machina, iRobot. I had Inception kind of.
I like Terminator.
the
I
way
think
it
that
looked.
best fits with it.
Yeah.
We got to rate this thing soon, too.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's do it.
Terminator to be.
Well, nothing is exactly like it. It's not an
No, I
apples
know,
to
but what would
apples.
be a
see,
good
like,
one, too? I get
For
you.
me, like I'm looking in something in the robot world, but not AI like takeover.
Okay.
I would definitely do something like iRobot was a good choice, but even like, fuck, I'm trying to think of a good like I don't know. I'll come back to it maybe on the
Okay.
next podcast.
RoboCop was.
This
I'm
is-
just saying to me
Yeah.
personally, I don't like to do one movie of the same kind and then another movie of the same
Sure.
kind.
But that's what I'm saying. It's the question is, what would you like if you're doing like a marathon? What would you pair it with? It's kind of
What's
the,
what are the, what's the
It's just not for me.
well, that's the genesis of the question.
Nope.
It's okay.
Refusing to answer. Is there a refuse to answer?
yeah? Press the button.
Let's do
You will
Right.
answer.
it. All right, what do we got left?
All right. Okay. Let's just. Is this your guys' favorite Keanu movie or what? If it's not, what is? This for me, yes.
No.
What do you got?
John Wick, the first one.
Bobby hit it on the head.
Yeah,
Okay. Woj.
Keanu Reeves.
he was in Bill and Ted, which is
I
funny.
had-
as
I had
hell.
for-
I was gonna
I had for
say
my
Bill
fa-
and
I
Ted
had for
would
my
probably
top-
rank up there with them.
I have for my top 5 Keanu, The Matrix, The Replacements, the John Wick movies, Speed, and Point Break.
Speed wasn't bad.
Yeah, I'm
Oh yeah, Point Break. Shit.
personally gonna put Toy Story 4, but no, I'm just kidding. I'm
Wasn't he
kidding.
the Canadian
Kaboom!
Dude
Dude
Kaboom?
Kaboom.
There
I'm
it
just
is.
kidding.
Yeah.
I would put honestly Point Break in my top 5
Sure.
above Matrix, but it would be 1, 2.
Okay, cool. All right, let's grade it. Was it the grade? Own, stream it, skip it, and your grade. Let's start with Woj.
So as I told Ryan before, I definitely had this. Maybe still do have this. Had this at one point, probably at my mother's. Also probably at my mother's.
VHS, man. That's digging
VHS is
deep.
dope. I own it in some capacity somewhere, and my grading for it would probably be like a 9.3.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah, I think 9.3 is good for me.
Bobby.
9.4. Like I said, there's obviously more that could be done right, but man, for the time it came out, it was just incredible, groundbreaking, and I own it. Go own it. It's worth it.
Excellent. Excellent. Josh.
Josh, 0 to 10. What do you?
You
What
can,
do you?
you can
rank
use
this on?
decimals.
You guys ranked it 9.3 and 9.4 out of 0 and 10 scale.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good.
All right. Well, what's your?
I mean, again, you
I
can-
don't know,
you don't
like
have
an
to be-
8.7.
All right,
maybe
that's
8.6.
good.
Okay.
I mean,
mean,
you can rank to whatever.
You do whatever you feel is
whatever you
right.
want.
Being in the 90s, yeah, 90 percentile. But now we're, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm just
20,
I
thinking
still
more.
think it holds
Thinking
up,
like-
I
man.
agree.
I
It does
really
hold
do.
up, but I mean, if you think about it,
I'm going.
technology's been more advanced.
I still
Very
think
true.
some of it looks better in movies
I
that
haven't
come
seen
out
the new
now.
one, so I couldn't tell you
Yeah,
what
we
the new
got
one looks
Jason
like.
Bay over here.
I'm going own it,
Fine.
obviously, and I'm going 9.9. Let's go.
Oh, he's going all the way up
9.9.
there.
Whoa,
Let's
Ryan's
go.
going to the
All right,
mountaintop.
Well, not
Ladies
quite.
and germs.
Almost there. It's just.
And before we close, I got to tease our next
Oh
one.
yeah, Bobby, what you tease?
So hold on.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
we finish on the Matrix though, 9.9 is a great. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
a
great rating, man.
very
So
high.
you think that
I
this
love
is
I think it'd be probably my top 25 movies. So
Okay,
I
top
think it's
20.
probably top
Those
10 in
movies-
yours.
those movies are all A+.
I'll go
Yeah.
top 100 of all time. Probably I'll put Matrix up there.
Ooh,
Top
a
100.
little bit higher than
Of
that.
all time?
No, I'm just
Yeah.
saying in the top.
Like, it
100.
just there's not one thing that was. It's a good story, has good CGI and effects,
Okay.
has great characters, great acting.
Yeah.
It's easy enough to follow, but also complex enough to kind of make you think. Like, there's a lot of good elements. The only thing I kind of don't like about it is kind of the Trinity Neo love
story?
thing. It kind
Yeah.
of falls a
That-
little
that
flat
kinda-
and it's forced. But I get for why it has to happen for him to wake up again and be the one.
Right.
So in the end, it kind of works out. But that would be my only kind of little negative.
Okay. I just like the explanation.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Bobby.
All right, I'm teasing this one. This is gonna get not like hentai or anime, but Alita Battle Angel is the next movie.
Okay, I've never seen it.
It's
okay.
sci-fi, and I don't know. I really enjoy the main actor, who's the guy from.
Christoph Waltz.
Thank you. He's in it, and it's just I think it's a fun thing. Yes, there is a love story to it, but fucking cool. You'll
All right,
you'll like it.
we'll wait for the review
I
to
believe
go into
every
more.
movie has a love story to it.
Pretty much everyone does. But yeah, we will get more into that on the next one. Again, I do want to thank Josh for making an appearance here. Again, he will be back for sure as the
Absolutely.
baseball season kind of goes on here.
Hell yeah.
But
I'm really
for
rooting for that young rookie Jackson Holiday. Let's
Yeah.
go O's in
Let's
some
see what he
way.
does,
I know
yeah.
in the AL East, just don't like the
I
Yankees.
like the Orioles. Let's go.
Yeah, I just don't like the Yankees. I mean,
all right,
no
so
way.
for the Journeymen Lounge podcast crew, we have Woj, we have Bobby, we have Josh, we have Ryan. We have a full fucking roster tonight, and we will talk to y'all next week. Next week.
Go
English.
Bulls.
Yeah.
Jesus
Bulls.
Christ.
Go Bulls!
Go Bulls!
Bill Murray.
Boys.
right.
Good night.
Rosen.
Adios.